Hello everyone, my name is Mitz. We're back Phoenix Record Record. On to the finale, and oh boy, what a game this is. We're about to know back as Phoenix going through this entire thing after Edgeworth basically helped us get out of that gosh dang brain fog stupor, and we have all our evidence back. So I'm assuming from this point on, we basically prove without a doubt it was Hemlock, or Snow in this case. Like, without a doubt it's him. His fingerprints are basically different, like practically the same thing as Renwick's and all that. Just basically just establishing motive, exactly how his plan went down, everything like that. Where he went to step one with the whole Hemlock hid Brisbane's body in the cat and all that. But I think the biggest question in everyone's minds, which even Edgeworth brought up, is why isn't Hemlock, fleeing? He has the whole place under lockdown, and everyone's a hostage, so why not? Let's go find out. Oh no. Okay. Well, we're back here, and I'm, So, do you all guys like chess and poker? Where's Hemlock? Is he not here? Am I just so I can retake my chair now? But, Your Honor, I'm already here. Who said that? Oh, wow. What the? Is that a puppet? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm no puppet, I have you know. I'm a real boy. This case is beyond nuts now. Look, Nick, we've already went past nuts the second you got a gosh dang telemarketer phone call like 3 days ago, okay? Oh boy. Court is now back in session for the damnation of Renwick Smith. Oh, really now? Are we just seriously continue this trial using a puppet? Yes. I've heard worse things. You should look in the mirror sometime, me. I've been addressing puppets all my life. And 3 of the finest have stood in this courtroom. How dare you? He's right, Edgeworth. It wasn't just me. We've all been duped. Oh, yay. And duped. And clooped. And by my very own client, no less. God. The defendant? What are you saying? I'm saying, Judge, that Smithy's been leading you all on. Someone's been pulling your strings, but that someone ain't been me. He's been using me as a scapegoat to divert attention from himself. Do you honestly expect us to believe that? You hold this entire courtroom hostage and you say you're innocent in all this? Yes. I figured a little positive reinforcement's needed. Positive? Oh boy, toxic positivity! Your collective opinion was starting to get a tad biased towards me. Wrong. So I figured it's time I outed my client. You admit you are this new ringleader everybody's been talking about? The one and only. But a killer I ain't. But you are threatening everybody here with murder. You launch it the hell up right now! You're wrong! You're wrong! Okay. No, wait a minute, let's not lose our heads. Is that a request? Lose your heads, is that what you like? Well, that's not about what you want, is it? Oh, no, we're right here right now, this is because of my doing. And all because a joke got out of hand. Didn't you work up in your comedic act? Whatever this joke is, I'm sure nobody would find it amusing. I mean, you called yourself stand up before, so why isn't this comedy act working in your favor then? That's precisely the point, you big dandy. It starts up as a promising little knee slapper, but falls flat at the end. Knee slapper, got ya. I can't do it properly. What is this guy rambling on about? Well, at least it's less rambling than mine do's. What? Is this joke going anywhere, Hemlock? Oh, not anymore. Not now that he's up to take the stand to confess to his crimes. Oh boy. Come on, Grumpy Pants, get up here yet. Oh boy. Hi. Are you glad when I'm sorry you're in this situation? And what's your name, person is supposed to not yet know? I'm sorry, Phoenix. I don't have a name! Oh boy. Renwick Smith, homicide. Now, someone please tell me why that was such an issue. It is an issue. He's your pet, Nikki. You tell me. It won't happen again, Your Honor. It never did. Oh boy. So then, Smithy, a question. Why try and betray me? Why tend to murder your bestest bud and frame me? For the enigmium. That was why I hired you. You hired me as observer and influencer events. Make sure what to plan. But you had away in the night of the heist, didn't you, Hamp? Had to go and nearly kill the poor sod, then desperately try to stitch me up. I don't buy the story at all. It's not about that right now. But making sure I don't get everyone killed. Yeah, that too. So Smithy's here is gonna testify his master plan. He's gonna tell you idiots the true story behind this attempted murder. Ain't ya, buddy boy? Oh boy. Uh-huh. I'm so sorry, Redneck. My master plan. It's true. I admit I tried to kill my former friend, Arrow Brisbane. The reason I became his friend was to get close enough to take his enigmium. Enlisted the aid of Hemlock, he had contacts in high places, sorry. He oversaw the investigations of Detective Robert Snow with nobody the wiser. Doing so he altered the crime scenes to protect me. That was our deal. Oh, sorry. In return for services, he'd get a 30-70 split of the enigmium profits. Then I got paranoid that Arrow was in my plan. Think you piece together the rest, Phoenix? No, that's not what happened. I can't do a single thing about it. Is that really what happened, Detective? Oh, believe it, Judge. I wanted to keep my cover, but circumstances forced me to ditch the disguise. Enough lies and wrong opinions for far too long. I think you just want to keep it going for a bit longer. Hence the armed henchman. Okay, you stop it. I'm getting tinnitus just from here. You bang that. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. There's your guy, and he outright said so himself. What about my cross-examination? I had the right to analyze my client's testimony. Yeah, Your Honor, we gotta play the facade, you know? Objection! Oh, yes, that's a great voice. No, you don't. I tell you what rights you have, champ. The ones that convenience you, I suppose. Wright deserves a proper cross-examination. The defendant is right, and there's no need for concern. I just had an idea. Nicky can have cross-examination. It won't make a lick of difference whether he has it or not. I mean, after all, Smithy's word is golden. Ain't that right? Well, I mean, it's not golden, but I mean, it's diamonds, so, you know. It was my day to give you this privilege, Nicky! I'm in a good mood today, pray it doesn't change! Oh boy. You sure have a funny way of showing it. Yes, in more ways than one. Yay. So, as with everything, press. I pressed a button to press. What do you mean, former friend? Can't very well call myself his friend to try to kill the man, can I? Then again, it was only fair. He took a few swings at me the day I met him. And that's the only excuse for nearly killing him? Oh, of course not. I'm not petty. Then why did you make friends with Brisbane? The only reason I became his friend was to get close and take his enigmium. I don't believe that for a second. Are those your words or the judge's? Me? But I'm innocent, I tell you. Not you, Judge. The other judge. Not you, Your Honor. I meant... You called? Not you, Your Honor. The other, Your Honor. What? Oh, chips. Like, I'm just messing with that. I have to use myself somehow until this bore fest is over. In all seriousness, no, Smithy, answer the poor man. They're my words, actually. Definitely not being fed lines or anything like that. Watch it, buddy. Nobody likes a liar. Argument may be over, but you still don't want to push these buttons. Well, I mean, I'm pressing buttons right now. Press enter key. Did you just say you and the defendant had an agreement? Yep. Keyword being had. Smithy, what to bring everyone up to speed. We're not in a car, but I guess so. It's not like I have a choice anyway. Enlist the aid of Hemlock, get contacts in high places I heard. How did you even okay, if we're gonna go with this whole idea, then how the hell did you come in contact with someone from a smuggling ring? And how did you come to know about Hemlock? I thought he and Achilles operated in total secrecy. Objection! Here's a better question. How did you, Nicky? Well, I mean, people who are from the smuggling ring basically told me, so, So who told Renwick then, you slime? Well, it was Trent, wasn't it? Yeah, because he had knowledge on it. Yeah, because he knew about it. Oh, Jimmy. I just can't shake you off, can I? Having killed Trent's wife is not surprising, he knows. Oh, that's another story for really the case. If it ever happens. Tell him, Smithy. How do we get acquainted again? I like yawning. Going back 5 years to my first investigation, I took the nickname from the crime scene, delivered it to Errol privately. He deserved a bit of compensation for what Volper did to his eye. But you mentioned earlier that you contacted Hemlock specifically to obtain Enigmium. If you're so easily retreated, why hang over to Brisbane? I didn't know what it really was. Because I knew it was just a playing card. Some sort of lucky charm or whatever. Anyway, a certain Mr. Hemlock sought me out and told me what exactly I got let go of. Then we formed an alliance, for lack of a better word. We had years to perfect moment to put our plan in action. And Hemlock gave me Errol's address. Told me to take care of Errol and he'd do the rest. He oversaw investigations as Dr. Robert Snow with nobody the wiser. And how did he get away with impersonating a police officer that way he did? Well, I kept it up for 5 years, so I must have been doing something right. Oh, come on, Nikki, keep up. Did y'all forget that stuff with Freud yesterday? I mean, yes, maybe my memory is really fickle. That sheet's in my pocket, baby. Well, I don't see a puppet on your little sleevey weevy. I don't see it. Well, I mean, you did burn it yesterday, so I'm touche. He wouldn't dare act out of the line of my watch. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, Robert Snow was one of my best characters yet. Well, I mean, he was a good character. I did the persona back in my Cadofian ring days, spying the city's police force. That sheep most me out of nowhere, seriously screwing up my operations. I mean, a fair bit of trouble with the ringleader of Dead Freud. So I just thought, meh. I threatened the poor old man and let him know he was messing with an organized crime ring. And then you used your holdover and to turn a blind eye to your plans? You're seriously lucky you have armed backup, Mr. Hemlock. I am, aren't I? And how did Detective Snow benefit your plans, Renwick? In doing so, he altered the crime scenes to protect me. That was our deal. Hemlock would have had free reign to do whatever he wanted with the crime scene. Well, duh. So I guess in a way it didn't matter if I could set up the crime scene in time. Because it was Detective Snow who would come running. Genius. He really did rig everything. If this heist was plotted with the aid of Hemlock, what would he get out of it? Turn for services, he'd get a 30-70 split the Enigmium profits. 30-70? Why just a small cut? Would a crime boss really be so reasonable as to demand nearly a third of the spoils? Oh boy. Two things. The first, you're forgetting the value of Enigmium, not of quantity. A third of its total worth equates to a good few million. And the second, I was getting the 70. Wouldn't have put me any odds, though. I can argue with $30 to $40 million myself. Oh, but then what happened? Shit, tell all the nice people you did. And I got paranoid that Errol was on the plan. That's when you tried to frame your co-conspirator? I thought I killed Errol, my friend. I just stood there looking at what the hell I'd done, and then it started to sink in. Then I realized, far too late, this whole idea wasn't worth it. That's when you changed tag and tried to frame Hemlock? I was wearing gloves the whole time, as Miss Weaver's testimony holds. As for the plan, I altered my fingerprints to match Hemlock's beforehand. I proceeded and printed them all over the murder weapon and the Enigmium. But wait, until this point, Hemlock has been a virtual unknown. How are you hoping the crime would trace back to him? It may have been an unknown, but he was hidden in plain sight. Something the police would somehow check the prints and put two together. Oh, 5 years, my buddy. And he goes and does this. Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is you. Oh, yay. Oh. And that about wraps things up. Oh, fuck. We can't do anything. I don't think so. Remick had to fabricate that testimony on the spot under Hemlock's watch. Okay, so my first thought was literally just... How can you fake a phone call from Brisbane, no less, after all that? Yeah. Basically everything involving... Well, actually that's the biggest contradiction we have against this big story. And that was the cabinet as well. Why would you try to hide from his body? And you can't say the blood isn't, you know, fabricated, because why would a killer need to do that? Oh yeah, also these items we got from the investigation table we still haven't used yet. I mean, there has to be a contradiction somewhere. Well, there always is. Wait, that's it? That's all the cross-examination time you allow? Smithy confessed, champ, and you detailed the plan rather well, if I say so myself. And if you won't take his word for it, take it from Uncle Hemlock. Oh dang, my family tree's already growing larger. I, usurper the Cadofian smuggling ring, aka one badass son of a gun, approve this trial. Wait, do you have legal prowess now? Mimics taking all the blame when you're about to walk out of here with Enigmium. Of course you approve. You know, looking at the clock, I really was expecting this trial to end a little bit later. Had in my head that I'd be walking out at 12, see? Just in time for lunch. Oh, go on then. Smithy, you're free to confess all over again. Repeat it nice and good to really cement in everyone's heads. Hemlock, how on earth does your mind work? Don't have any right to complain. This fickleness has brought us a bit more time. And you're sure you don't mind another cross-examination? Yeah, sure, why not? Just gonna be a rehash of what we already know. It's not like Smithy's gonna say anything different, not on my watch. I'm confused, Hemlock. If you have so much control, why don't you just leave? I'm not suggesting you do, but it's not like we have the power to stop you. Oh. Let's be honest here. You'll wish I'd leave. Who cares about who's guilty and who's not guilty of this crime anymore? You always want me to leave so you can get on with your lives. Don't deny it. You're all just dying to make it out of here alive. Excuse the pun. That was a very, very extremely negative level pun, okay? I've seen, heard, and even felt puns that, you know, better than that. But not as bad as that. That wasn't even a joke. But there's a message that's just not getting across. It's not about you want. You get in your heads, all of you, that I'm the one in control here. Hemlock does what's best to preserve his happiness. And just shut up! Judge, stop looking at me like that! Audience, listen! Smithy, start from the top! And Nikki, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. Nice. It's true, I admit I tried to kill my former... Whoa, let me stop you there for a second, champ. I was wondering if we had New Testament, but no, we're going back immediately. Almost forgot to go over the ground rules, Nikki. What kind of ground rules? Oh no, it's one of these things. You press everything once, and looking at the clock, I got about 6 minutes to spare. So to cut back in time, you're only gonna press one statement. Only one? But how can I... And off the penalties. Make sure you don't get too trigger happy. That is the Briggs, buckaroo. One statement, press only. Go. This is absolute madness. Yeah. How can I find a contradiction if he's gonna pose these rules? Must be intentional. Something here doesn't want me to find. Cocky enough to think I can't. It's true, I meant I tried to kill my former friend. Obviously contradiction! The only reason I became his friend was to get close enough to take his enigmium. I enlisted the aid of Hemlock, okay, contacts in high places, so I heard. He oversaw the investigations as just as Robert Snow, with nobody the wiser. In doing so, he altered the crime scenes to protect me. That was our deal. In return for his services, he'd get a 30-70 split in making profits. Oh, I skipped that last one. I'll have the opportunity to provide one statement, so you find something that turns this case around. For the statement that doesn't get us all killed. What was the last statement again? He altered the crime scenes to protect me, that was our deal. Then I got paranoid arrows on my plan. How do you know about that? Actually, it'd be good to know, actually. How, out of everything, how would Arrow know? How do you think you would know? And also, don't worry about it. I'm always cheating. Just in the sense of it, we can't really contradict this. He altered the crime scene to protect me, that was our deal. Don't see why exactly. Well, I guess that was the plan from the beginning. If you're gonna go with this case, it's only the only thing, so I mean, I guess we can't really press that. Oh boy. Well, I'm getting paranoid, which one is right. Okay, so paranoid. How would Arrow even know about your plan? That was my first thought. Here were some investigations. He has contacts in high places, already heard. I guess the one thing we couldn't really, talk about was just here. But, literally, Yeah, actually, that's, like a big flaw here. At the same time, I don't think we should press it, really. Well, I'll give, the paranoid line a try. Oh, whoa, hold up. I'm not supposed to be presenting an evidence right now. What was that noise, champ? You sneezed or something? It was just, yes, a sneeze. Sorry. Oh, that was a close one. Representing Phoenix. Just press one statement on one only. I pressed Z, though. Oh, that is a thing. I pressed Z instead. Okay. Wait, I'm actually curious. If I press X. Okay, what? Okay. Stream it, try to kill my former friend Brisbane. Oh, so it really wants us to do this then. Friends in high places? You didn't know he was the smuggling ring's new leader? Objection! Wrong one! Give Wright a chance to explain, I'm sure you will think otherwise. Oh, that ain't exactly possible, champ. I think is what made me the man I am today. Because everyone else is thinking that's wrong. Okay? Wait, so what will... I'm actually confused with that last one. What was that? What was that very last one? Am I still alive? But Nikki, you got another chance. Instead of presenting that the wrong choice never happened. In fact, what wrong choice? What am I even talking about? Okay. Yeah, one chance only, Nikki, don't screw this up. Well, guess what? I have time travel powers, don't worry about it. I'm actually... Wait, I'm so confused with that weird line at the very end, but it's true. So we're not allowed to present that because I'm not... Just Hemlock is just not even gonna bother. Like, even, like, allowing us to even go into that, so I'm, Nobody the wiser. Doing to protect the crime scene to protect me. I guess there's that. Let's try. In what ways did he tamper with the crime scene? Objection! Wrong one. I'm actually curious. Why was that last one, like, you know, like, why was that one the weird outlier one then? Probably should make sure things aren't changed. Yeah. Bit weird, definitely cheating ways. I only admit I killed my former friend, Brisbane. The only reason I got his friend was close to his enigma, so we can't present things, but... Wrong. Wrong. Well, I guess that's right. Wrong. And apparently, what was it? Then this is wrong out of all of it? Like, I'm actually curious. What? Yeah, why is this one line the only thing's different? I'm actually curious. Why? I'm really, why? The only reason I became his friend wasn't close enough to take his enigmium. It's the aid of Hemlock, he had contacts in high places where I heard. The only reason I became his friend was close enough to take his enigmium. Actually, what was it? Well, I mean, if you learn about the enigmium for a bit, and, like, you know, Brisbane, like, had a, like, you know, an eye surgery, he was in the hospital, I'm pretty sure that'd be a good time to get it back. Pretty sure. Well, I guess it's a matter of, like, when you learned about it. I don't know. All these statements seem like they can go, like, basically in any, like, you know, like, you flip the case around by this one thing. That kind of thing. When Richard became his friend, once it close enough to take his medium. Reminds me of the whole thing of, like, I'm actually curious now about, like, there's a, I think this third case? No, second case of the third game. Involving the Sacred Urn that had this exact one press statement. I'm pretty sure it was a bit more thing like that. Especially since now this whole fan game is taking on the case of him, practically everything beforehand of this. Only reason became his friend was get close to take his enigmium. It's just trial and error at this point, don't worry. Come on, Renwick, you know your friendship was genuine. Yeah. Huh. This is a weird conundrum. I try to kill my former friend Errol Brisbane. Nobody the wiser. Well, didn't we just go over that how Chief Freud was also, like, you know, like, literally, you know, what is the word? Like, already knew about Robert Snow? But, like, Has nothing to do with, like, proving you weren't the one, you know, who did kill Errol Brisbane. Did you say investigations? What? You didn't say investigation, you said the plural. You're not just talking about this investigation, are you? We touched on this before, but Detective Snow was in charge of other recent investigations. Oh, we're going with this. You know, that's actually good. I think that was a good thing, but I'm very subtle. Very subtle. Very subtle. The murderers of Marvin Grossbury, Stan Nims, Dick Maplethorpe, and Perry Docks. As we've now established Robert Stone to be no more than a fictional character. Oh, fiction, you say. I bet Hemlock tampered with all of those crime scenes, didn't he? He was involved, wasn't he? And the chief of police allowed him to do it. Huh? But how did you... Stop lying, Smithy! Change that statement now! Huh. Snow may have handled this investigation, but it's the only crime scene he's altered. Health bar's gone. This new statement is clearly desperate to cover up. Cover up with something that struck a nerve with Hemlock. Let's think of something to counterattack this new statement. Does that prove Snow altered more than just the current crime scene? Take the risk. Present something here. Okay, so now we're doing this. Okay, gotcha. Oh boy. May have handled this investigation as the only crime scene he's altered. Only crime scene he's altered. Okay, if we're doing that, VD8 knife would be 1. The only crime scene he's offered, VD8 knife. I get we can't have the police outline tape, of course, because we don't. Nothing was that. It's brought up. You could also present the order card, since literally that details the entire thing of, like, you know, Chief Roy to hold on to the knife and preserve it. Let's go with the knife. What? I'm not supposed to be presenting evidence right now. What? You said to present evidence. What? A sneeze. Sorry. That was a close one. Presenting Phoenix. Just press one statement and one only. Wait, what? We're back to the health bar. Okay, I think... Okay. Detective Robert Snow with nobody the wiser. The alter the crime scene to protect me, that was her deal. It's the only crime scene's altered. Okay, so you say to present something, at the same time you don't want to present. Okay, gotcha. I am definitely not confused. Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, the key to the VDA, yeah, it says it's LH, so, well, it doesn't say Hemlock specifically, but, you know. No, fuck it. You're not supposed to be presenting any evidence right now. I am... What? Oh, boy. Okay, let's... Hold on, let's press that thing again. So maybe handle this medication, but it's only crime scene altered. I want to hear this again. This new statement is clearly just to cover up for something that's struck a nerve. I think it's going to counter this new statement. It's going to prove Snow altered more than just a current crime scene. So I take the risk to present something here. Okay, I present. Okay, wow. And why is the health bar now gone? Is it because now we can get a prompt to, like, present something? Okay, he messed with something other than this investigation, so obviously VD8 knife, or... Let's try the order card here. Okay, I'm actually so confused right now. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. Okay, so I was right about the whole thing, the body tape, but we're supposed to go about presenting Cedric Maplethorpe's profile. Nice. Yeah, here, okay. Oh boy. Yay. Detective Smith, you assert that the current crime scene was the only one Hemlock tampered with. Hey buddy, you forgot the rules? What did I just say? I haven't forgotten, but you're gonna want to listen to this. Because I know for a fact you altered more crime scenes. For example, the incident at Maplethorpe Hotel. We could have presented the whole V8 knife, but yeah. The hotel murder. Correct, Your Honor. And I have since discovered the victim to have been an Achilles agent. One Achilles agent killing another? Sounds like a case too fitting for Robert Snow. Yeah, that's a crime I'll take advantage of for certain sarcastic detective to trapeze freely about. Oi, I'm standing right here, mate. Ah, come on, Harry, does that really sound likely? All I ever wanted to do on duty is drink tea and look busy. Okay, tea, okay. Hiding behind your puppets won't help you, Hemlock. And by the way, ain't you forgetting a little something, mate? You from the killer. I really did mess with the crime scene. That pretty maid would have taken Ensnared's place. Can't that make some sense? Hemlock wanted to alter the scene. He would have done something even I wouldn't uncover. But too bad for him that I did find out. That knowing look. Yes, to say, don't you, Wright? You're right there, Edgeworth. Did it snow? Hemlock? I know what you tried to do. You tried to pervert the course of justice by a bullet hole into posting the weapon Richard didn't blame. Obscuring a bullet hole. Something of curiosity arose in that case. For a long time, we all assumed the defendant, Maris Rubin, had shot the defendant. That theory didn't account for the trajectory of the bullet, because as we later discovered, the killing shot came up through the floor from the room below. Yes, something I remember? Or surely a bullet hole was found on the floor? Not at first, Your Honor, because somebody placed the body tape over it, and of all people, it could only be a police officer detective in charge. Somebody who knew no one would touch the crime scene, most with the body tape. And there's no way any other ordinary detective would have missed the bullet hole. Bloody hell! How did this discovery come about? Did you move the body tape? Not me, but funnily enough, what exactly happened again? Somebody's coming out of the victim's room. Yeah, Greason was the one. Well, technically James Trent, but I like Terry Greason more. What are we doing in the victim's room? Tape forms the outline of the victim's body. This mirrors the outline different somehow. It looks like part of the tape has been moved. The tape near the victim's foot has been moved. What's that? A hole in the floor? What's this doing here? Did Greason make this hole? Or was this here the whole time? He was using different names to protect his identity from Hemlock. But Detective Jerry Jackson is ex-Interpol investigator James Trent. Okay, we're just gonna out his real name now. And he moved the body tape to reveal the evidence Hemlock tried to hide. Keep this guy around, Judge. He's one of the best. Trent? Here too? Oh, I thought that was Hemlock again. I've been watching all your trials in the audience. Every single one, even Grossberg's. As disgrace has been, I couldn't much get to in Vault officially. But chasing down Hemlock has been mission life since Sarah. Oh boy. You dare say your name to me? What, Sarah? Oh, fine, I won't say Sarah again. Sarah's husband. Sarah. You're guilty, you sick freak! Everything, people! Someone arrested now! Oh, how long has it been, Jimmy? How many years have we been playing this game now? This cat and mouse game? 6 years. 6 years since we were assigned to find you. Yeah, I got harder and harder to shake you off. Then your darling wife's accident, because of you. If you hadn't gone down that path, it never would have happened. If anything, it should have triggered an epiphany. Bad things always happen when I chase the lead of the boogeyman. Maybe that means something. Oh, it didn't put me off. It drove me even further finding the bastard. I swear. Oh, come on, Jimmy. I'm sure loads of people trip over garrote wires, trick themselves to death. In death traps like Saw, but, you know, not in real life. Have a little time, right? Ain't none of my doing, Buster. Hey, Wright, you better make sure you nail this freak. Okay. Let you see now, Jimmy, like a good little has-been. I plan to, don't worry about that, Trent. Okay, guys, let's all forget that ever happened, yeah? What were we talking about again? Oh, yeah. Okay. Nicky had some crackpot idea that Snow Tamer with more than one crime scene. Well, I for one believe what he said. If anyone was conveniently placed a body tape over such a crucial evidence. Well, excuse me if Niv landed on the bullet hole. You had to have seen the hole. It's too large to glance over. Besides, Mapplethorpe was one of your lackeys. It's understandable you try to cover him for him. Oh, that wasn't for his benefit. I was trying to protect my own organization. If he blabbed, it would have made my life a lot harder. But thanks to Jimmy there, that all went out the window by Plan R. That was your motive, wasn't it? Oh, wow. The fact remains I did expose Mapplethorpe, and he in turn exposed Aculeus. I killed Stanman by accident, but I had intent to kill Mick Barrows. He tells this much. Why can't you tell us who you work for? He basically said the name in his breakdown. What sort of business you and the victim were involved in? Burying my soul was the best thing I felt in years. Able to finally confess my bottled up feelings and troubles under my calm facade. Just what I needed. But this I'm afraid I must take to the grave with me. My hands are tied, Mr. Wright. My very life will be in danger if I get information. But my life is already in danger right this very moment. Yeah. True, didn't go into further detail, but it was enough to rile you. That's why you went about framing Volper for his murder. And how does that imply that Snow Tamer with this case too? You can't blame him for messing around with 2 crimes without someone to connect them both. And how are you gonna do that, buckaroo? You can't. End of. Whenever he tries to search things, it's because he doesn't want to let on. Must be something to prove he had a hand in both crime scene altercations. Oh, no, you ain't backing out of this dead end now, my man. And you and I both know you can't time it at both instances of crime scene tampering. Can't both crime scene tamperings with even this one? I guess we're now presenting a knife. Hopefully, for this case. What was that? What's that supposed to be? You're undoing, that's what... Okay, so this is not it? Are we supposed to present the stuff that was in the table, then? Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Whenever he tries to search something, it's because he doesn't want to let on. So there must be something to prove he had a hand in both crime scene alterations. I can't have this dead end now. You can't time it both instances of crime scene tampering. I mean, this bag was in there, but I don't know if we should present this or not. Even though it's like one of those moments where you know what it is, but literally it's like one of those, you have to follow what the developer wants you to present, first of all. I heard there was a, yeah, I keep bringing that up. It's a problem, like, people perceive this as a problem in the first game, but I definitely didn't think I had that. I definitely think there was not really any of the problem with even any of the games, the mainline games or the spin-off. It's, yeah. Okay, so we're back to this weird thing where instead it seems like we're supposed to be like now focusing on the whole Sir Maplethorpe murder happened in the prison. No, we're jumping ahead to the current case right now. It's weird. It jumps all over the place. Perhaps you can explain this? Wait, was that strangulation by garrote wire the cause of death for Maplethorpe? Not to mention the method by which Brisbane is nearly done himself? What I'm getting at, how does this piece of wire connect both crimes? Because this wire and the one that killed Maplethorpe are one the same. Shut up. I said shut up! You're saying that Maplethorpe's killer recycled the wire to use against Mr. Brisbane? How can you be so sure it was the same one? Take a closer look, Your Honor. Take a closer look. See the slightly rusted part on one end? There's something wrapped around one of the bars. Looks like a piece of wire. Oh, that part was rusted, but how? Wait, we're supposed to recognize that fact from the last case? And it was not brought up at once? That wasn't open, you know. This wire was used to kill Maplethorpe? Yeah, has the obvious trace of blood on it proves. And rust. Looks like one end of the wire is rusted, too. It was pointed out then, but it was not pointed out in this case, either. Not actually a case ring discovery, though, is it? Now I ask you, Your Honor, does that not sound like this very wire? Oh my, so that means that the culprit behind Maplethorpe's murder was not Vex Vulper. He too was trapped in Hemlock's influence as Achilles member. Vulper? That would explain his fear towards the boogeyman. And Hemlock was capitalizing that fear to control Vulper and make him take the blame. Because who would question a certified murderer like Vulper? Yeah, that was actually... Oh boy. Not so fast, righty boy. Oh no, now we have Vulper to deal with. Actually Titus Crump, Planet Crump away. He looked at a teensy little detail that theory. My prints in the wire. And tell me, righty boy, were those my prints in the other wire? Well, the obvious answer is that you wiped them off before using it to... Nope. And how else do you... Nope. Oh god, this again. Let me just... Nope. Please let me... Nope. It's just... Nope. Oh, yes, Vulper's annoying, factored down to a T. Well, fine. Let's just say that my prints were right before I went around Brisbane's neck. Whose prints are there now? Smithy's or mine? You both have the same print, so there's no real way of... Yeah... Didn't think that one through, did you, Buster? You can argue mine were on the police documents, sure. The crime scene. I can't prove I was there, can ya? I can't tell their fingerprints apart. Hemlock could be the obvious candidate, but that only adds the doubt to their Renwicks. Now, the chitter-chatter on the case right now is that I'm the so-called boogeyman killer. The reason Jimmy over there has been losing sleep. That, and Sarah. Sarah, by the way. And might I add Sarah. Oh, I can't just sense Trent seething right now. Oh, so naturally, Smithy would want to set me up by mimicking the boogeyman's M.O. His M.O.? You mean the presence of a garrote wire? His plan was to lead on poor Jimmy to think he found the boogeyman's next victim. I planted my prints all over the scene, he'd make me out as the killer. Jimmy's so sick of chasing a phantom killer, that he wanted to give him a face. Mine. Are Are you kidding me? You denied me the boogeyman? Huh. Looks like his plan worked better than I thought. Huh. Use your brain, sucker. Doesn't the boogeyman never leave traces? So why isn't he now conveniently leave traces? You know what? Let me put this whole thing another way. Oh. Oh. Who framed who? Ooh. I'm no killer. I'm just an innocent group turned head of the ex-smuggling ring. Innocent. Yes. Nice. Nice! Smithy copied the Pokemon's MO to lead Jimmy to me. And the fingerprints in the wire. He mimicked mine. Everything that went on in that room was Smithy's doing. All I did was wait for him to bring home the bacon. Oh, bacon. I accepted our agreement when he tried to hoard the fortune for himself. The issue here is those damn fingerprints. If they're impossible to tell apart, I can't confidently say they're Hemlock's. Wonder if there's some other way to prove Hemlock did all this. You sure that's what happened? Pfft, seriously, champ? You want to argue with me? You bet I do. Carefully. Well, good. Because that's what I want you to do. If anything, you all need proof that I'm in control. So give it your best shot, champ. Or don't, because I'm the end. I'm always right. Nice. Oh boy. I'm no killer, I'm just an innocent creature turned head of ex-smuggling ring. The innocent, you say? Oh, well that makes everything better, I guess. Doesn't it, though? Now you're thinking the way you're supposed to. Either he's incapable of reading sarcasm, he needs to convince himself I was being factual. It would be very worrying. Hold on to that mindset, Nikki, as we continue. Smithy copied the boogeyman's MO to lead Jimmy to me. Oh, that's another reason why this whole part of the case is a bit weird. Just we're dealing with someone who's also a tiny bit insane. Oh boy. And just trying to figure out exactly how to deal with psychology with that fact. Oh, yay. So by saying that, you admit that you're the boogeyman? No, because he kills people. A boogeyman technically scares children, but yeah. All I care about is everything being right and happy in the world. Happy. Being hostage in a room full of people by Maniac and his band of merry men? Very happy. You said merry? Huh, very happy. Oh boy, I'm feeling happier already. What about James Trent then? How would Remick know he hatched onto the MO? Because Jimmy's a touch obsessed with finding the guy. He uses whatever underhand technique he can to track down Easter egg after Easter egg. Oh, Easter egg hunts. I already know an Easter egg in this game, but I'll show you after this. So Smithy helped Brisbane try on his new shiny necklace. That wasn't the only thing he did to frame me. The fingerprints in the wire, he meant to mine. Why would he go that far? To burn off his own fingerprints and artificially duplicate yours? You know what it's like to have an obsessive fan, Nikki. Of course you don't. Smithy here is quite the fan of yours, truly. No doubt inspired by my ambitious spirit. God. Alright, whatever you say. Oh, it's true. But some crazy fans have been known to resort to some pretty extreme stuff. Case in point, like stabbing and strangling someone to death. Everything went on in that room of Smithy's doing. Everything. Can I just present the whole phone call at 911 here? Everything, huh? Everything, huh? No second person, no second place, no second seconds, no second everything. Well, guess what? There's no second seconds, there's no second microseconds, and no second hours, and... Okay. All I did was wait for him to bring home the bacon. As per your deal for him to make off with Enigmium, I asked him to leave in a designated drop-off point for me to pick up. Okay, that was short. They started our agreement when he tried to hoard the fortune for himself. But you brought the Enigmium to court earlier today. We can't rely on your word that you found out Wormick's apartment. I like yawning, don't worry about it, sorry. My word ain't reliable. That's what I just heard from you, Slick. Oh, okay. Those bullets ain't real. Okay. Does that sound like can't? I said can. No need to repeat yourself, Nikki. Hear you loud and clear, champ. Now wait till this happen. He's twisting this whole thing around with false retelling the truth. Back up from Mr. Achilles' goons, who's gonna stand to him? Me, that's who. You gotta show everyone that this version of the truth is a big fat lie. No killer, I just innocent grifter. Copy the MO. Fingerprints in the wire, he mimicked mine. We can't really disprove that. Everything went on in that room was Smithy's doing. Even the phone call? Let me try that, because literally, how can Romic be a better impersonator of voices than, you know, someone else? Actually, would it be the telephone or the tape recorder? Ooh, they're both practically the same thing, so let's try this one. And it's not. Okay, so it's on the right track, but we have to present the jacket here, even though, well, practically anyone can do it. But no one can mimic so many voices, but no. I guess it'd be also a way of just saying, like, you know, why would Renwick, you know, decide to, like, use the jacket to wipe things down and put in the cabinet? There's that, but practically anyone can do that. Credit where credit's due, you're right on a few things. It'd be hard right now to determine the owner of the prints found at the scene. Everything seems to point to Renwick right now. But assuming that Renwick left those traces, then one piece of evidence defies that logic. The victim's jacket. The jacket. The Cyclops jacket is your proof that I'm wrong. Impossible, do go on. Yeah, that was my very first thought. Okay. I like the prosecution to repeat its theory from earlier concerning this jacket. But with pleasure. That smile. What's that smile all about? I hate you people being happy. You've already forgotten? Or did you forget once again? My theory concerned the fact that the inside of the victim's jacket is drenched in blood. And yet not a trace can be seen in the exterior. Because the assailant used this to not only contain the blood, but paint the crime scene. Hence the victim and the jacket were hidden from sight in the kitchen cabinet. But fool the unsuspecting detective. Yes, remember this theory now? But how does it retract blame for the defendant specifically? Assuming the jacket was used to temporarily hide evidence of foul play, why would Detective Smith bother to do that? Why would he stand to gain by hiding the body from himself? I see where you're coming from. I can't imagine Detective Smith would have had much reason to do that. Not to mention, why would he remove his jacket? Yes, a whole thing leaned down to this in the cabinet, but I'm still fixated, and maybe that's the reason why I keep saying that I get a tiny bit annoyed about this. I'm fixated on the gosh dang 911 call. So let's explore the alternative, shall we? The answer is he didn't. Someone else was trying to hide the scene from him. And who's the only other person who supposedly knew the plot to kill Brisbane? You, Lyle Hemlock. You're the one who arrived at 4:30 a.m., half an hour before the 2-month scheduled meeting, which literally, like, we were only basing off of what, you know, well, I guess Hemlock told you that, but, With the intent to murder Brisbane before Remick arrived. And where does this come from? A Christmas cracker? Well, technically it came from a bazooka gum, bubblegum wrapper. I'm just reading out one of your jokes, because this is the funniest one I heard yet. I'm pretty sure the dying pun was even a worse pun than this. And that says something about cracker jokes. I never heard of jokes in a cracker. Okay. Your reactions are giving you away, you know. My reactions? Look, I don't think you realize snagging your little story. Why not beat Brisbane to bloody pulp, knowing full well Smithy was on his way? Ah, but that wasn't the assailant's initial plan. He tried to strangle Brisbane first with this wire. Yeah, there was that. Brisbane must have either been incredibly lucky or was anticipating it, because he broke free and tried to fight them off. And so fighting back was a spontaneous plan B for the assailant. Or rather, plan L, or whatever your plan letter at the time. As such, you're expecting a quick, clean kill. You certainly weren't anticipating the blood, especially so much. Which is why you had to act fast and make sure none of it dripped onto the floor. Oh, sure, I always wear a full double-breasted suit to bed too. Oh, I guess me and Brisbane got something in common, huh? Look, champ, buddy, buckaroo, matey, bookie, geezer lad. You know, this is one of those times I should probably remember the whole, hey there, buddy, friend, chummo pal. I don't mean to be rude, my home slice bread slice dog, but I gotta warn ya. If you take one more diddly done set there, right there, I got to diddly on the sack and neck. And wow, wouldn't that be a crummy juncture? You want that? Your experience yourself with a crummy juncture, because boy, oh, buddy, chummo pal. Yeah, I probably already remember the whole thing to a T, but the ending is where I get confused. Seems you've forgotten what Danny Boy was talking about earlier. Brisbane's bruised all over and bled through his shirt, according to this photo. Surely that would explain the jacket's interior. I just agree. Looking at the photograph, right? The bloodstains on his shirt were exterior, possibly caused by his facial bleeding. That might remind you that he isn't even wearing the jacket. If he did wear it at the time, why would the assailant choose to remove it? If Mr. Brisbane wasn't wearing his jacket, how did the inside get so bloody? I never specifically stated that whether Brisbane is wearing it or not. Okay, let me put it a little way for you knuckleheads. If I really was the guy I had a fight with, well, look at me. You see me bruises? No, actually. These are the ones in your eyes, but they just look like you haven't slept in days. Well, if he never hit you in the head? Guess you have to take my word for it then. I've had a thought regarding Brisbane's hemophilia. If Hemlock claims to be constant of anything, what if this is on such fact? Then naturally you would refrain from attempting to draw blood, hence the strangulation attempt. Perhaps in the fight you managed to knock Brisbane out, hence these head injuries. But all the same, you wish for the blood to come into play with painting the crime scene. So you laid Jacket underneath him. Then took it upon yourself to engage in a little anger management therapy. Unleashing your pent-up resentment towards the man who had what you wanted, the enigmium. Oh my god, I can actually see that though. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was in a courtroom, not a Mensa meeting. Mensa is a next building over, sorry to say. How do you explain the trash room geniuses? Oh boy. Smithy would have come in, seen the mess, and known something was wrong. Well, let's not rule out the possibility that Salem trashed the room afterwards. He could have easily done so as part of the half-an-hour time frame to create a scene. With Miss Weaver next door heading out, you could have made as much noise as you wanted. Surely the defendant would have had laid eyes upon the scene. He would suspect foul play if he'd seen the room had been ransacked. Hence the Salem's need to enforce the facade that the event never happened. Yeah. Hide the body in the blood in the cabinet before Smith arrived. Yeah, everything's all hunky-dory here. And then bringing them out and destroying the room after you left. In Hemlock, by saying what you just said a moment ago, Smithy would have come in, seen the mess, and known something was wrong. You pretty much confirmed Brimmick was not the assailant. What? No, I didn't. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Next one to make a noise to get this gavel cracked over their head. Take control, take control. Wait, was that tattoo in the back of your head? Was that a flower? Oh, is that literally what the whole vines in your head were? I thought that was just like thing that symbolizes like, you know, big brain time. You really trust Grandma's word that much of the guy she saw, huh? And you also believe her over the mask he was wearing? Don't just add a little bit dash down his attentions that night. That mask. That's the one thing I don't understand. Based on circumstances, the man Miss Weaver saw had it in Renwick. That's the way to prove the second person was the assailant. Renwick thought he was going to meet Brisbane, so why the mask? Yes, I admit I don't understand why an innocent man would don such a disguise. Come on, Phoenix, think. How would Renwick have chosen to wear a mask? Why did Renwick and Brisbane even organize a meeting at 5 a.m.? They must have something really sensitive to discuss. Perhaps... Remind me again, Hemlock. What was the purpose of the meeting between those two? Suicidal Smith just gave you a whole testimony's worth of answers, you chump. Oh yeah, Suicide Smith, he gave the nickname to him, and the case with Sir Maplethorpe's death. Nice. He listened to my help to nab a really expensive eyeball. He got close to Brisbane and hopes he had the perfect opportunity. Ugh, ripping someone's fake eye out of their face in public is kinda awkward for everybody. I'll say. So he thought 5 a.m. was a super time to strike? Brisbane didn't sleep with that damn thing, and it was the perfect time to strike. Observe. Why, whoever could that be the door this hour by crikey? Crikey? I'm pretty sure Brisbane wouldn't say that. That's so disturbing. Renwick, what are you doing here? It's 5 in the morning. Oh boy. Sorry for work, Yarrow, but there's something I need to talk to you about. And no, I can't wait till morning. Okay, buddy, come in, come in. Make yourself at home. I'll just go and put some tea on, then you can... Yeah. How are you doing that? Renwick, what the... I knew you were gunning for my eye. You and Hemlock, you're not taking it from me without a fight. Oh my god. Oh. Crash bang roll up, and yeah, you get the idea. Based on a true story, gift shop's on the way out. I don't have any money, so does credit card work? Does this gift shop sell sedatives? Well, sleeping pills will also work. And morphine. I can't help but feel you missed a glaring detail. What about Renwick's mask? Where'd that come into play in your puppet show? That's what we were just discussing, after all. Because, Mr. Chatty Honest, he didn't have it on. So Granny shrugged and saw Renwick wearing a mask. Yeah, big deal. She never said anything about entering the house with the mask, did she? What? So wait, if Hemlock asserts Renwick only wore the mask on his way out, why even bring one at all? What purpose did the mask serve other than to get Miss Weaver's attention? Oh, so there you go. I guess the mask was important after all. I don't know why Smithy took a mask with him, but it was his plan, his rules. Oh, so we're going with this whole thing that we're not supposed to know, but we're not supposed to bring up the whole fact that, you know, that Hemlock can, like, you know, fake voices just yet, even though he's been doing that quite a while. And did that several times, like before even there. Okay, okay. I don't think so. More like it was your plan and your rules. Well, the mask is very important, actually, considering you know so much about when and where he wore it, as your puppet show revealed. So with that in mind, I just figured out why Brimwick even brought a mask at all. Avoid recognition, to play a joke in Brisbane, you told him to. Mostly just because you told him to? Sometimes the simplest explanation is the more truthful. The reason Brimwick wore a mask is because you told him to. Oh, we're still going with Brimwick actually is the person in the mask? Huh. To be honest, like, well, with the whole thing with the Enigmium and the fact that Hemlock can mimic voices, like, how is this to prove without a doubt Brimwick was the one who wore the mask and the coat on the way out? Huh. We only, like, what was it? Edward only figured out it was Brimwick wearing the mask and cloak just because he couldn't really figure out, like, a third person would be. Especially didn't realize a single thing about voice mimicry that was Hemlock's talent. And I guess Edward still doesn't. I'm pretty sure he'd be headed on with, you know, how Hemlock is doing puppet show theater over there. Getting tan with a man like Hemlock can only mean trouble. You've all seen today what he's capable of, so you'd have no qualms with letting Brimwick take all the blame. In this case, creating a witness out of Miss Weaver, Brisbane's next-door neighbor who can easily recognize Brimwick's voice. Why are you letting this happen to you, Lyle? You're in control, you're in control, you're in control, you're in control. You think I knew Grandma would leave her house at the exact time? As a matter of fact, I do. Found it hard to believe it was a coincidence. But wait a moment, right? Are you under the assumption that Hemlock ordered Detective Smith to visit Brisbane at 5 a.m.? Because you do remember this, don't you? Yeah? Oh. Handwriting analysis proved the author of this note to have been Brisbane. And based on where it's found, I would doubt Hemlock's knowledge. Brisbane himself instigated at 5 a.m. rendezvous, I'm afraid. Well done, Edgy. Good boy. See, Nikki, the early morning tea party wasn't my doing. No, it was Brisbane's. And wait, by that logic, your puppet show made no sense. Brimwick didn't just drop by unannounced, he was arriving at the agreed-upon meeting. So Brisbane knew that Brimwick would be coming by 5 a.m. Yeah? So I'm willing to wager my little theory. Brimwick didn't tell you about the meeting, did he? In your own mysterious ways, you found out by yourself. I wonder how. Hold on a second. Well, I wonder how. Yeah. Her in the grapevine. Objection! There's a voice again. That's not true, you liar! We should have the plan together, me and Smithy, but I didn't know when he'd strike. Sister's claims of me being the second person to the pan. To the pan? You just mean to believe that, Mr. Know-It-All? You can repeat my conversations word for word, yet you didn't know the crime? I'm having a hard time believing that myself. Are you saying that the defendant didn't consult you before heading to the victim's house? That's exactly what I'm saying. Even if there was a second person there, you can't prove that it was me. Because I didn't know. Why? Oh, that's actually a good question, actually, huh? We don't really know why Brisbane and Brimwick were there to begin with. That's actually a good question. Especially with there's this empty envelope that Miss Weaver saw Brimwick carrying inside the house and left empty-handed? It's weird. Is he really going down that road again? You can't prove it was even there in the first place? And that proves your ignorance of the crime? Correct. I'm glad you agree. Let me explain why. Another rebuttal. Brisbane temporarily came to at 5:30 a.m. Then he sought out his attacker. He crawled across the floor to the phone like the mouse he is. Oh, we're doing this now. I'm already ready. The phone call was traced to the address where they found an exterminated pest. It was definitely Brisbane. Listen to the tape again. I guess just have to listen to the part where he states Smithy did it. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, I'm stupid. We can't really prove it was you. We can't really prove it was, like... At this point, like, that's the thing, actually, huh? I'm stupid. We can't really prove it was you with a phone call. Okay, that last part with the jacket, that's my own fault. Okay, I didn't connect on my head, but... They kept swinging on her face. We can't... How do you exactly prove, like, like, so if someone's voice is so perfect to mimic someone else's, how do you prove it was actually them? Okay, I see where they're going with that. I guess, yeah, I'm just stupid there. Can't stress enough to listen to the part where you say Smithy did it. Until the police got wind of the situation, I didn't know a thing about it. As I found out, I became Robert Snow again and went about protecting my client. It just realized I made quite a few rodent puns there. Okay. Apologies when I think of Brisbane pathetic little rats are all I think about. Oh, pray tell, was that argument supposed to prove your innocence? I can read you all the books, not the best-selling kind either. Oh wow, but all the books I've seen have like written the back and front, just #1 New York Best Times bestseller. But how are all the books #1 bestsellers if all of them are? There has to be like a number 34th or something like that. They can't all be it. They're all under the impression that I mimicked Brisbane with that emergency call. Well, you bring it up now, but literally we couldn't bring it up beforehand a voice mimicry, so okay. I don't remember Brisbane had to have been there. See where I'm going? You think you retain your innocence with rodent puns? Why not? It'd be more using entry to the court records, huh? Well, I mean, court records is on the website and all that. Let's try what rodent puns say today and condemn the framed criminal Remnick Smith. Okay, that's enough filler. Come on, Nikki, just try to contact this one. Well, pressing everything. Then if, like, something about, Brisbane's hand comes into play, then yes. Proof I wasn't there. Brisbane temporarily came to at 5:30 am, then he sought out his attacker. How could somebody just temporarily come to from a coma? Like so, like the dead, Frankenstein-wise. In all fairness, Wright, it isn't unheard of. Adrenaline surge, temporary return of blood to the brain. Huh, that's not far-fetched at all, especially when it's coming from Edgeworth. Everything that comes from Edgeworth's mouth is to be bleed, okay? Okay, Phoenix? Looks like, his actions in the first game, but we don't talk about that time. He's moved on from there. He crawled across the floor to the phone like the mouse he is. Were any prints from those handprints, Edgeworth? I'm afraid not. The blood was too viscous or clearly to make undefinable print. Well, I guess we can't really prove that one way or another because it's hemophilia. Massive blood clots. Well, his blood can't clot that easily. The same goes to the victim's telephone as well. The telephone? Did Brisbane really pick it up himself and call for help? We can't tell. Not the prints couldn't be identified. Naturally, Brisbane's fingerprints cover his telephone anyway. But that was the only type we could find nonetheless. Huh. Well, so much for that. Yeah, we can't prove that. The phone call was traced to the address where they found exterminated pests. And this is genuine data, not just your word this time? Oh, my word has never been called into question. Then what about all that business with... Okay. Never been called into question. Has it, boys? Okay. Oh, please tell me those guns are pest dispensers because I don't want to get shot full of holes. That's no in gun speak. Oh, dang, we're going to different languages now. Okay. Let me see if I got my language, my gun speak down pat. Kaboom! Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to call your mother that. God, speaking being one of the 68 languages you're fluent in? Well, it's the 69th so far. There's definitely Brisbane. Listen to the tape again. So we can't use the whole thing about voice mimicry. We can't tell if it's the real Brisbane or another one of your impressions. That's kind of the point, Slick. You can't go in voice alone, can you? Well, what's your alibi? Can anybody vouch for your location at the time of the crime? Over here, mate. Pick me. Okay, we don't allow puppets to be on stand, well, except for that one time with a ventriloquist. But you get the idea. Not everybody has to be up on the crack of dawn, I can vouch for Hemlock that he would have been asleep. Thanks, it is so. Is there some other way I can prove it was Hemlock who made the call? So if we can't prove Hemlock was the one who made the call, we just have to prove that Brisbane wasn't the one who made the call. Outside the box, turn around thinking. I can't just enough to listen to the part that states that Smithy didn't. But they're good friends. Brisbane wouldn't. But Smithy would, my man. Brisbane put friendship on hold to put on the man who betrayed him. This is no good unless I can prove that call wasn't made by Brisbane. Yeah. So the police got wind of the situation. I didn't know a thing about it. Even though you called Phoenix and Edgeworth about it? Really? Your own client hatched the plan Enigmium and you knew nothing about it? I thought you were working together to steal it. You got waxing ears, bub. I already said I didn't know when and where Smithy was gonna strike. I knew the plan, of course, but that was when he had a treat to heart. I had no idea at the time that he planned to frame me, but when he did the deed... Once I found out, I became Robert Snow again and went about connecting my client. Even though he betrayed you? You were willing to work on a crime scene where your trail had been planted? Oh, believe you me, Chip, had I known beforehand that Smithy was trying to drop me in it, Snow would have done much more than look busy and drink tea. The kind of how Sora was, I went about doing what I went to help Smithy. Just as no surefire way to tell Hemlock's prince from Little Mix. Now he can't tell Brisbane's voice from his impression. I'm sure Romick was telling the truth and that Brisbane didn't make the 911 call himself. But now I need to find out some other way of identifying the true caller. I think it would be now a good time to present that. Even though it's, like, again, yeah. It was definitely Brisbane listening to the tape again. I think it's more of a matter of, like, figuring out which line it presented on, because really just like all the other lines, like, it's weird, like, exactly what you need to present things on. So, 1 second. The thing with Brisbane's right arm being broken, his left arm not having blood on it, I guess we don't present it just yet, because it didn't work. It didn't work. He crawled across the foot of the phone like the mouse he is. And actually right here would actually be a better place fit for it. His hand here is, like, completely clean. Well, we can't see his right hand, but I'm just remembering right. If we had, like, the whole photo of the crime scene, basically, it'd be easier to figure out. The fact, like, you know, there's a left and right hand prints, bloody prints going over. But his fingerprints here, his hands are completely clean. There's a clear contradiction with that statement. What? No, there ain't. Whatever it is, you made it up. Know your place. Shut up and carry on. Oh, I bet that's what you want me to do. I have proof Brisbane wasn't the one who made the phone call that night. You doubt as well as dumb. Danny Boy already said that prints weren't the issue. I'm not concerned with the fingerprints. In fact, I've had enough of the fingerprints. I refer to you to this photograph. Specifically, the victim's left hand. Oh, wait a moment. His hand, it's completely free of blood. It's what? Yes, indeed. Not a trace of blood can be seen in Brisbane's hand. How then did he supposedly leave a trail of blood with both hands? And this would also support my theory of crime scene tampering. The sailor must have produced these handprints himself using Brisbane's blood. That's why he gathered the blood in the jacket. They applied, like, just painted his hands and they did that. What about his other hand, Noel the Noel? Huh. Can't see the picture, can ya? How do you know his right hand is drenched? He must have used that hand to pick up the phone. Wrong again, Hemlock. Brisbane never touched the phone at all. It's not like you have a way to back that up, bucko, so let's move on, yeah? Oh, yes I do. Okay, now we can present the phone. Brisbane never touched the phone with the right hand, and this proves it. Injury report: severe blunt force trauma in the head and torso, lots of external bleeding, right arm broken. The victim's injury report warrants another going over. I don't get it. Oh, but you will. Listen to this. Severe blunt force trauma on head and torso, lots of internal and external bleeding, right arm broken. Now, what part of that report just doesn't mesh with what you said? What? What's the joke? Brisbane's right arm was broken from the beating. What do you try to pick up the phone with a broken arm? A broken arm? I'm not done yet. I'm glad you forgot about that, because this is a report that yes, no gave to Edgeworth. Yeah. Well, he actually gave to us. Well, actually, Edgeworth gave the injury report to us, but, like, I'm pretty sure Snow gave, like, the injury report to Edgeworth as well, then. More bloody prints can be seen in the phone's numbers, showing who the caller was trying to reach. This is combined with a bloody hand that was holding the receiver. Shouldn't that mean both hands are covered in blood? No. That never happened. The sailor never broke his arm. I'm innocent. Happily ever after, the end. Okay, you're going insane. Well, yeah, where else already? That Mr. Brisbane couldn't have been the one to call for his ambulance. But his voice in the tape recording. Yes, Your Honor. That wasn't him either. That phone call Brisbane made from his own ambulance? That wasn't him. Yeah. He really was unconscious the whole time. Has yet to awaken. Put into a near-death state from sheer brutality. So the sailor went a little overboard would be a major understatement. Had it been somebody who harbored true resentment towards Brisbane. Yeah. And who matches that profile more than a man sat in the judge's seat? A man who could flawlessly indicate Brisbane as the blame fell on Mick Smith. Lyle Hemlock, you're the second person in the crime scene, and true assailant. I choose you! Oh, wait, hold on a second. That's Blaine Shill, the pup in the back. But who's that guy, the gray suit? Is that a scrap character? Or is that just a cute nudge Easter egg of someone, another Fang Games character? Oh, yo. Dismissed testimony. It was all an elaborate lie? He nor I had the liberty to speak up, Your Honor. I think we can now say that Hemlock has been controlling this case from day one. Under the guise of a bumbling detective, we were none the wiser to his machinations. Hemlock is an individual who dreams big and achieves bigger. He uses several disguises in talent and voice imitation for his own ambitious gains. This whole mess? This is just his latest venture. And yet now it seems it has come to an end. No. No, this isn't how it's supposed to go. This is all wrong. This reality is wrong. Well, I mean, if reality is wrong, then I'll make a new one, a fictional one. Have fun. How can I make it right? How can I get it all to make sense again? Oh boy. Well, Plan B was a bust, but at least I gave it a good, honest try. You failed, Hemlock. Just turn yourself in. Oh, failure's always an option. A true failure is when you stop trying. Which is where Plan W comes into play. Oh my god, we gotta see X, Y, and Z now? I really don't like where this is going. And what's Plan W? I'm glad you asked, Nikki. Mostly because I was angry for somebody asked. I figured if you're gonna throw these accusations at me that I really don't want, then I might as well just do what I should have done right from the start. Steal the shiny toy and run away? So that's it? You're just gonna run away with the Enigmium? Oh, my ultimate goal here was to take what's rightfully mine to disappear for good. The execution was less than ideal for 22 iterations, but with Plan W, the result will be the same. In the end, it's the result that what truly counts. So, hey, it's been fun. I've been a judge before, and now I can see why. You realize that by attempting to escape, you considered the perpetrator? You think that we will let you get away with it? Yes. Yes, you will. What's the point in having backup if you ain't gonna use it after all? Just to decide, you're dead. Okay. We can't do anything. No, after all that, the killer can't just get away with this. But what can we do? It's my only chance to corner him, and now it could take years to find him again. Nobody's till I get to say so. Oh my gosh, and plus the whole thing, if he masters disguise, and yeah, it's basically done diddly all. That, or every single person we come in contact with, yank wig off. Nobody's till I get to say so. Boys, give me 10 minutes to get clear, then you lot follow. Right, boss. And now for the last time, goodbye, Harry. No, I won't let you go anywhere. You're here. Hello, Hemlock. You? Oh, don't take it too hard. Just think of this experience as a learning curve. Next time you try and kill someone, make sure you've actually killed them. No, you're not supposed to be in my courtroom. We're long overdue for a good catch-up, mate. So how about you take your seat like a good little judge? Hat. Brisbane? Now that's a sight for sore eyes, and I can't believe I'm thinking that. Mr. Brisbane, is it you? Well, I thought you were, well, that is to say, comatose, I believe is the word your honor's looking for. I woke up, simple as. And a very good timing, wouldn't you say, your honor? How'd you get past my guys in the lobby? Well, if you can hide 4 Uzi-wielding thugs in dark suits among the Guardians, no one would look twice at a walking corpse in a hospital gown and an eye patch. Okay. Or maybe you're, ooh, look at how big I am, drawing distracted everyone. Who knows, huh? And being the key witness here, I have a few words of my own. Jesus, you are just, you look absolutely terrible. Really? Such as, well, for a start, I better do right by my Remic and do my best to clear his name. The past couple of months, we've been holding regular private meetings at my house. Past couple months? Huh. Hell, I'm a stupid clogged up with the all-seeing eye over there from knowing. Huh. Clearly those weren't your average tete-tetes being out at these unusual hours. They concerned Hemlock, didn't they? They might have to weigh the world on his shoulders for as long as I'd known him. It took him nearly 5 years to finally unburden himself. Turned out, Your Honor, that a certain omniscient mobster was blackmailing him. Why is Hemlock not objecting to any of this? He's being unusually complacent. I don't like this. Okay, he has something in mind for this, then. Neither does Edgeworth, from the looks of it. The nature of these meetings was... Rumwick put his life in danger so that mine would be spared. This guy could barely even knew for him to do that for me. I owed it to him. I owed it to him to expose his benefactor and free him. And the rest. I guess there's a whole thing of, like, why did you give the enigma away as someone, as a... I've seen someone comment before. Just, Didn't you, like... I was still thinking of that line, like, you and Rumwick basically it's been a while since you last saw each other. Well, I guess there's the whole thing of, like, Rumwick was traveling on the road for a bit, but, meh. These meetings were more for Rumwick's benefit than mine. He's able to speak freely without fear of being spied on, giving sanctuary. These meetings consist of solely planning? Hold it. Our last meeting, something major went down, but my memory, it's kind of foggy. You were attacked? Before that smartass. Okay, we're back to your normal self. Wait. Renwick, he arrived a few hours early. He brought something to the house. An envelope, I think. Oh yeah, midnight. I forgot it was midnight. That lines up with what Miss Weaver says she saw midnight. I forgot about that line. Oh my gosh. This envelope, perchance? Yeah, that's the one. What was inside again? Oh, I can't remember. Isn't the after-effects of the coma? Oh, science, will you ever understand you? Probably never. Dare I hazard a guess as to what was inside? It might jog his memory. What was inside the envelope? We're supposed to figure that out right now? If it was an envelope, it was a piece of paper. My best guess could be the Hemlock's file? That's my first guess. Judging by the subject matter of your meetings, it's not difficult to guess who the envelope contents were concerning. It wouldn't happen to have been a full document resembling this scrap, would it? It appears to be a study file since from Hemlock. That's it! I remember now! Oh! Well, so that means that Hemlock took that thing and was was shredding it like the day of, the second day of the investigation, huh? Remember when to drop it off a few hours before the meeting. I took one look at the attached picture and I flipped my lid. Because you recognize his face as a certain familiar detective? I need some time to think and make an action plan fast. I just wanted to change the meeting to later at 5 a.m. But keep it something. Okay, so Rumwick came with an envelope then left, and came back at 5. I see. Your Honor, the documents. The so-called files of Hemlock that were supposedly destroyed by owner of the chief. That was all a big fat lie, invented to cover Hemlock's actions 2 days ago. And a curiosity detective, what's this file all about? What the hell? It's just a profile of this guy from an old case of mine. I got some drawer space to create, so I'm shredding some old files. Actually, we're all getting rid of all the copies of these files at the moment. I don't suppose there's any chance of recovering the rest of this file from the paper shredder. Sorry mate, this is the Roger 3000 you're dealing with. Most powerful disseminator of the card and paper on the market. Use paper of all thicknesses of powder in an instant. Why else would Detective Snow own such a powerful shredder? Get rid of this evidence, of course. Evidence that he could have only obtained from Brisbane's house. They played the fool and invented a story that there were more of them. Because Chief Froy was in his pocket, it's not like he was going to disagree. This file is one of a kind and include Brisbane on who Hemlock really was. That's why when Hemlock got wind of this, just silenced the man who knew his identity. There we are. Oh, hi, Judge. It's weird that it's actually Judge robes like always that just cover both your arms, not like a shirt, like a jacket. Like there's no arm sleeves, just like a shroud almost. That's actually cool to think about. But how would he know? How on earth is this man able to know everything? He found out. All the same, he found out. He played a fresh mainframe Renwick for a murder. Objection! Okay. If I could just throw to this soap opera for 1 second. Oh, first of all, then Smithy, then Jimmy, then Nicky, then Edgy, then Udgy. And now you believe me too? Oh, what a shame. Nobody likes me. Don't play dumb, Baldy. Our meetings were always secret, yet you found out all the same. It's funny how y'all think I'm the one with the answers. Hemlock knows this, Hemlock knows that, Hemlock was spying on me. Oh, Hemlock's so handsome. Okay, that last part, you're not getting any people at that. First off, that kind of flattery won't get me nowhere with me, just whoever said that. Most of all, it's something that needs proving me, laddie. I think the victim of this case, the whole thing this is all based on is proofs enough, because if ethics doesn't work, testimony does. We'll technically learn that the whole faster from the game entirely, but yeah, you get the gist. Proof of what? Oh, am I supposed to be an all-seeing god you'll think I am? Okay, this is my trump card in play. And that is poker puns coming back into play. Don't you worry about that. For no particular reason, don't mind me. Granted, there was the one time I tried to be in 2 places at once. Never again. Oh, you tried cloning yourself? Oh, that probably went great for you. Oh, I bet you tried that. Bafflingly. Somehow you found out about the meeting, and Mr. Wrong better prove it right now! Oh, how do you know that there was a simple explanation for that knowledge? Because he's been reporting to me for 5 years now, remember? He's like my little brother at this point. So why not accept that maybe I was tipped off by the meeting? Tipped off? I think your little friend's been playing double agent in Brisbane. That's something good, is it, Udgy? Well, if that's true, then wouldn't that imply that, that I did it? Ah, no offense, Udgy, but use your noodle once in a while. I knew it was a meeting. That don't make me your man. How do you work that one out? If you knew they were going to meet at 5 AM, that makes you the perfect candidate. I heard about the meeting after Smithy had done the job, dum-dum. He did the thing to start off with, then informed the Snow to step in and cover his ass. Oh, for the third and final time, I had no idea when and where he was going to make his move. He's a loose cannon, that guy. He's out of control, I tell ya. Really? I like his story. I don't think it's possibly debunked. I can't prove when he learned of the meeting. I don't believe I can. Unless I can otherwise figure out how he knows everything. We could return to the matter of how he supposedly knew so much. Supposedly. This is all in your head, remember, kiddo? Well, guess what? I'm not insane here. Don't worry about that. I assure you, the basis is more than sound. You've been spying on people. Not just on your Achilles members, but everybody on this case. And when there's only so far detective disguise will take you, you'll seek out other methods. As somebody willing to make anything he imagines a reality, you must have had a way. Well, I don't. And that's a objective fact. Spying on everybody's certainly a tall order. Definitely if you're just one man. Well, funny you say that, but we have it on here. So I had to explore the realms of impossibility and ask myself, how the hell does he know everything? That's for me to know, but you never find out. That moment when he called me in my office, how did he hear me when I was alone? Does he have listening bugs of some kind? Is he able to drop all over the place? Or something more sophisticated? Like a computer virus? Hold on a moment. That thing! I wish to present the means by which everything private has been heard by Hemlock, and thus how he knew the meeting between Brisbane and Renwick. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a secret to Hemlock's spying abilities. So, Hemlock, I hope you like grape juice, because because I definitely saw it, heard it, smelled it, and tasted it, all on the grapevine. This here is my personal cell phone. Wow, nice. You should probably upgrade to a new cellular device. I mean, it's the year 2020s. Stellar. Holiday stellar. I think you're long overdue for an upgrade. God damn it! Bob, this is 2019 after all. Your cellular telephone is the answer, Mr. Wright? Yes, I'm glad you got it down, but you forgot the cellular telephone device. You forgot that small word. It makes all the difference. Now it's on, Your Honor. Edgeworth? I think I'm beginning to follow. I'm sure Wright will explain why we're taking your phones out in court. Isn't that literally... That's a 3D model of Phoenix's phone. Huh. Oh wow, your phone sucked too! The phones are the answer, Your Honor. The reason Hemlock has been listening in on us. Not just ours, but the personal phones of the entire police department. Heck, there could be even more around the world. The precinct would just be a drop in the ocean. You see, Your Honor, there was something of a fuss at the precinct yesterday. It turns out there's a strange unknown file lurking on a lot of cell phones. Believed to be a kind of a form of malicious virus. A virus, you say? Did something crop at a recent trial? You're actually right. Well, I was like, you know what? Actually, fucking Christ, that's actually kind of similar with the whole thing of the gangster and the computer virus and the whole precinct going everything. Man, that was a cool case. I better hope I don't catch it anytime soon. But I can bother. If you own a cell phone, it's possible it may already be infected. The question on everybody's lips is, infected with what? A file going by the name of Grapevine. Indeed. I was very fond of my own phone yesterday. The issue was in the fact that it appeared inactive. Functions remain unknown. Despite the alarm, the police couldn't claim it was of any importance to our case. I'll bet my bottom dollar is very much involved. Wait, where does that phrase come from? I'm actually curious now. Bottom dollar. Yeah. The thought hit me that Hemlock's knowledge appeared to come from sources that he'd heard. At first I thought listening bugs, but dreaming like Hemlock wouldn't sell for average bugging. Something he said to me yesterday resonated. I'm always teaching myself new skills every day to meet my needs. I would develop my own custom community virus to shake up a government. I shake up programming. But you already did that, didn't you, Hemlock? Grapevine was designed by you for the purpose of listening on private conversations. So that means he already has the government in his hands. He knows that aliens and he knows that aliens exist. Tell us your secrets, please. And by infecting people's phones, you create a network of mobile listening bugs yourself. All controlled and monitored from your very own cell phone, your very own cellular telephone device. Oh yeah, for those of you trying to call the police right now, yeah, that happened. There's really no need to bother. What did you just do? I had to pull a jamming signal within a 100-meter radius. Amazing what apps can do these days, huh? So when Hemlock claims to know something, and I hope you'll excuse this joke, he heard it through the grapevine. Order! Shut up, there's a lot of you! Jeez, what should we get first? The desk or his head? Obviously the desk. Nice baseless conjecture there, fella. I suppose you're just gonna stand for that, Udgy. Your reactions don't exactly exude confidence, Mr. Hemlock. I think it's a temporary loss of control he tends to freak out the most over. My reactions again. Since when does this country's courts operate on reactions? Well, I mean, it's kind of a good outlier to show when someone is being cornered on the ropes. I mean, it happens in every single case so far, you know, but you know what I mean. I just think about how he seems to have forgotten the goons at his command. But it's best I don't. Of course, I'm willing to retract everything I just said if it's all conjecture. So you had no problem with us examining your phone. That would be the only way to confirm the theory. No need to bother with that. I'm in control here. I'm the judge of this trial. I objectuate the evidence. I should refuse what I want. There's the answer to that, then. It all makes sense. Everyone carries a phone these days. Well, I mean, I think my friend wants to eradicate that, but in this case, he's probably right. But at the same time, God damn it, get upgrade phone. Renrick was right. What did he say? That's why he never brought his cell phone to our meetings. Oh, he found out just from your cell phone alone. Oh. I thought it was paranoia at first, but grapevine. The defendant never brought his phone. How did... He didn't. But there was mine. That's how... Okay, so he never decided to... Well, I guess it was more like Stone's getting a good chance to strike with, you know, thing. But my first thought, like, if Hemlock didn't put the Grapevine app on, you know, person's phone the very second that, you know, Hemlock realized about the whole thing of, what was it? Of Brisbane having Enigmium, like, you know, the Grossberg trial day one of this entire fan game, then he probably, like, installed it, like, literally then, literally after the whole thing with, realizing Renwick and Brisbane's connection then, right? Oh my god, what kind of phone is that? I swear if I find Grapevine here. Well, what do you know? You see, Your Honor? I believe Wright is correct. Hemlock has developed a malicious file to somehow turn himself into listening bugs. Not just certain, but how could prove if Hemlock doesn't surrender his... Wait, what is he doing? Oh boy. Okay. What? What did you just do? Nothing. So where do we go from here, huh, folks? That Grapevine's been sussed. I guess it's possible I did know about the meeting. Big deal. What? What was that sound? You're not supposed to have your phone on court. But it's off, honey. Grapevine was a very interesting project for me to work on. Need somebody to keep an eye on the global Achilles agents. Guess that's where the ambassador went wrong, Edgy. Hey, my phone's beeping too? I wanted to make it fun to work on, so I just let my creativity flow. Level us with the practical features of dumping the grapevine, so I know how expanded. Oh boy. And mine, what's going on here? Mine too! What's happening? Unlimited access to the microphone to infected devices. Completely untraceable. Racist calls from phone logs. Ability to reveal the global location of each and every Achilles agent. Oh boy. The ability to spread wirelessly from phone to phone. Oh boy. It's a mass viral panic now. Okay, it's going insane now. Did you just affect every single phone in the room with Grapevine? And a feature I like to call Plan X. Oh god. What did you just do? Answer me now! It's just you say Brisbane. People these days can't live without their precious phones. You know, this is the one rare time my friend would probably be right. The goddamn hipster. This is why I know each and every one of you has one. Well, except Smithy, which is a plus. Did I ask what this Plan X feature is? My crowning achievement. I can't leave it code a way to make this happen. And well, it's probably best for everyone I don't get to test it out. Man, I'm still pretty stoked on the prospect. Just stop beating around the bush and spit it out. In the extreme rare event that plans A through W flopped and if I messed up the situation, I could have failed deadly feature in a grapevine that would serve as Plan X. If I press a button, I can make your cell phones explode. That's right, boom. What? You must be joking. You know, I've heard a certain someone play through this game say cell phones can't explode because it sounds weird, but wasn't there a whole thing of like like Samsung Galaxies, like, you know, like failing and bursting into flames like that? I don't remember the exact details, it was that. And plus batteries, you know, overheating and all that jazz. Making the parts spin wildly out of control, right? Nice. Impossible, you actually managed to program self-destruct sequence to Grapevine? I know, I'm amazing, aren't I? Oh gosh, dang programmer skills. But this thing is impossible in my head, buddy boy. Achilles is the tip of the iceberg with what I can put my eye to. So naturally, you plan to blow us all up? Now everybody's all here, Jimmy and Brisbane included, under one roof. Oh, that's the reason why we didn't want to run away, because Brisbane was also a thing, and since he's under tight security... There's that mystery solved. Oh boy. Wait, Hemlock, maybe we can talk this out. Unlikely champ, but go on. What's the defense's defense? Defense. Well, won't you be blowing yourself up the process? Objection! The blast radius per phone is only a meter wide. Even if every phone in this building goes off, I'm too far away from the reach. And if anyone has an idea of throwing their phones at me, I'll detonate them instantly, and no citizen wants to walk out of here with a murder charge. Besides, I wouldn't be a very pleasant ghost to have around. Let's just leave it there, yeah? Oh, God. No, this is impossible. How could he have programmed a digital bomb? I consider Plan X to the be-all and end-all to what I can achieve. All you naysayers out there will be converted. You'll see. Well, actually, you won't. You'll be dead. That's the joke. We'll be converted to ghosthood then, huh? So what's your Plan X? You're just gonna walk out of here again? Oh, no, dum-dum. That was Plan W. Till you shut up, Brisbane. You forced me to this. So you'll vacate the building and let us all live? You just want to blow us all up for the hell of it? To witness your precious creation? Oh, how many times do I have to say before it sticks? I am not a killer! Oh. I don't want to kill. I never wanted to kill. Y'all just have to make my life so damn difficult. You maintain your innocence, Mr. Hemlock? But you admitted to us earlier that you use this technical software thingy to... I learned the rendezvous, Your Honor, yes. I think we all heard it loud and clear. Hemlock denies intent to kill, while studying us all with explosive cell phones. Clearly these claims cannot be trusted, Your Honor. Oh, so, like, he's arrogant enough to, like, bring Phoenix and Edgeworth onto the case, and arrogant enough to think he's not a killer of any kind. Huh. What does he want, Mr. Hemlock? Why threaten these innocent people? Why threaten these innocent people, he says. Because I know for a fact that one of you is not. Huh, Smithy? For heaven's sakes, how much more control does he want to show off? He just not to simply leave this time, when he's in a perfect position to do so. So what I'm proposing here is one final statement to clear my name. You listen to it, you agree with it, and then I'll leave. And to get this sentence, I get magnesium, you'll go home happy. So good to you, kiddos. What are you talking about, kiddos? Oh, God. Wait a minute. Are you really gonna go through with this? Plan X is the last plan made, Nikki. This is my final plan, so it has to work. Smithy will be declared guilty and will be leaving this place with his last word. I'll prove to you all that no one sullies my name to everything I've achieved. I have an idea, and I really, really hope this works in our favor. If you wish to make a final statement declaring an innocence a killer, I wish to analyze your argument in full. The adrenaline must have gotten to your head, champ. Oh, what makes you think I'm gonna let you do that? Control appears to be Hemlock's main priority above all else. Yeah. So you challenged that. But having the upper hand ever since he was exposed, he only tried to escape once. Now seeing the blows to the courtroom up, there's nothing to stop him from trying again. He's bound by his pride. He has to leave the court on a high note. I'm gonna show that pride comes before a fall. You've been saying how you want to prove your control to have everyone here. So what would really show that off more than outwitting an opponent? Let me analyze your watertight argument. That should be more than enough, don't you think? Let's just still ready off what I can do. Build an argument to prove that's right. Yep. Baited heroic line thinker. This court has come to a decision. Based on my own reasoning, I don't see the harm in a good, proper argument. Oh boy, playing on his Achilles heel actually worked. I accept your challenge, Hemlock. Not only will I prove you were the mastermind behind the Brisbane's assault, but I'll prove you as the mastermind behind the murders of Maplethorpe and Docs too, and therefore expose you as a boogeyman serial killer. Pretty tall order for you, don't you think? Try to blame me for 3 murders all in one? Oh boy, so we have to go one by one down the list. I am all for it. Oh boy, oh boy. You backed yourself into a dead end here, bucko. You can't scare me into backing out now. I know you're mastermind for all 3 crimes, and now's the time for evidence. There we go. I'll prove my innocence, then you'll see. Time for the big finale, huh? Endgame. Ooh. I guess start from the beginning, huh? Yeah, Maplethorpe's murder. Fulmer killed Cedric. You can't deny traces of low were found in the wire. Motive? A pair of them were Achilles guys. Must have pushed Fulmer's buttons or something. I took Fulmer for interrogation, but Doc said he had to get something first. He comes back 10 minutes into the interrogation with a knife of all things. I started freaking out when Docs came in. The blackout happened. Fulmer took the opportunity to struck out into the dark, killing Docs. I had no idea Docs was Jimmy's very own Clive Warren. I had no reason to kill him. I had no interest in killing. All I wanted was enigmium. I can put my argument all you want, but nothing conclusive points the finger at me. I see. Why, yes, Ajay, you do see. You see everything really played out. That is to say, exactly the same as before. What, you got something to say, Edgy? Forgive my mild skepticism, but how does your argument directly play into the defendant? That wasn't the point of my argument, FYI. Well, I mean, what is the other FYs and Is then? You agree that I make a statement down to my direct involvement? I remember agreeing to. Cat dandy boy, we all agreed. Yes, you are dandy, actually, Edgeworth. Smithy's guilt would speak for itself. We all realize they thought the truth. Then what's gonna happen to poor little Nikki over there? Taking a wrong turn in a winnable situation? Boy, you're really in a pickle now, ain't you, buckaroo? Why aren't we just cucumbers dipped in vinegar now, huh? Is your argument really so watertight, Hemlock? Or have you just deluded yourself into believing that? Because, FYI, no matter how much preparation you put into your deceptions, no matter how many disguises you don, or how many people you control, justice will always prevail. Do you want my statement again, or do you want a trophy for your hammiest acting performance? Well, I mean, I do like my hamminess and cheesiness, even though my friend does like cheese to a certain degree. He does not like cheesy moments. Ironic. Now watch, everybody. Watch your favorite plucky underdog slowly realize what he's up against. Remember, champ, I'll allow a very small margin of error. When I can break his argument is one thing. What really worries me is if I do break it. If I win, is he just gonna blow us all up anyway? Either way, this is an argument to the death. I tend to win it no matter what happens. There we go. One of the final rebuttals. Endgame. Whopper killed Cedric. You can't deny his traces alone were found in the wire. Might as well just get as much information as we can. If your innocence is so watertight, nothing will be wrong. How do we know you didn't fabricate those prints too? Because I don't have Volper's prints, do I, Slick? If these prints match mine, that's for damn sure. Okay, then what would Volper's motive have been? What would he bother killing Maple for? Well, he's already in prison. Motive? The pair of them were clueless guys. He wants to push Volper's buttons over something. Something is too vague. I can't remain back to all the King of Hearts playing cards at Volper's wall. You saw for yourself how obsessed he was over that enigmium. That was a hot button issue for our little red devil. So he must have been all like, "You will never again fall into your possession, you vile little creature." Well, actually, no, but better yet to say like this. Never fall again into your possession, you vile little creature. Probably, even though he probably never would say that. Even Maplefort's body language and everything. Understandable as to why Volper grew blue gasket, huh? Does it mean docs will be someone upon the body and awaken a kraken? This music is actually really catchy too. To go over for interrogation, the doc said he had to get something first. The second scene looked kind of obvious. Why the interrogation? Volper had a lot to answer for, champ. Not just Cedric, mind you, but everything else leading up to that point. None of this was conducted earlier? We can move on, Nikki. Huh. Because 10 minutes later into the engagement with a knife of all things. Why would Doc show an interest in that knife? Rather than interrogate Volper after all. We need some answers to why that knife was in the case locker. Start grilling Volper, grilling some Hellspawn burgers, and Docs comes back in. Volper started freaking out when Docs came in. The blackout happened. Blackout. What would Volper have had against Warren? There's two ways you can go about it. One, he's a psycho. And two, you found out the officer Docs was the one he said he was. Okay, to remember my question, what would Volper have had against an undercover agent? Hey, Jimmy, come back down here and answer me a question. Okay, hi, James Trent. I'm sorry you have to be this way, but, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's James Trent in the hot seat. I mean, yeah. Well, there's no seat there, but he's standing, but you get what I mean. So was your guy Warren doing play dressed up at a police station, Jimothy. I ordered him to. Send him to investigate and tell of Achilles' operative within the force. Ding, 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 you got it, Nikki. But you were the operative he was after, not Volper. Volper's in the crew too, you moron. Warren revealed his intentions in the... Okay, Timmy, you can get lost now. Warren revealed his intentions in the interrogation to spook Volper into talking. I should bloody well know, mate, I was there. God damn it. Warren was alone in a room with two Achilles operatives. Which one did the killing? I know the answer to that, but how can I substantiate it? If you were thinking, so let's move on. Volper took the opportunity and struck out into the dark, killing Docs. Struck out? In what way? Dense? Do I explain myself over and over to you? No! You're the one who needs to understand me! Jeez, I'm not the one with a high frustration tolerance, are you? I simply asked that you elaborate what you meant by struck out. Oh, I'm sorry, am I being vague? You should have just said so, champ. A fair question. Describe what you meant by struck out. Being vague, am I? Need to word my statement, do I? Well, correct. That's exactly what I was gonna do. Just had to do if you'd get your fat mouth shut. Whoa, this particular statement's really pushed some kind of nerve. That's a hint that this is a good place to present things, huh? If your words it, I can piece together why he's so rattled. Let me put it another way. Those ain't my prints, Buster. Those aren't my prints. Knowing you, there's no telling. Touch the bystander, Nikki. I was there too, you know. And look at this face. Is this a face that would lie to you? There's not enough space in the universe to write the word yes enough times. Just write the big word on your forehead. Yikes. Big capital Y-I-K-E-S letters. Yeah. Think, Phoenix, think. How can I prove Hemlock was the one who used the knife? Well, there's not a big way to prove it was him. My big thing was he used the bag, like, you know, as a certain other Kadofian smuggling officer did and used, to not leave prints behind. And wouldn't that be quite something? Huh. Everyone in that same smuggling ring has similar ideas, huh, wouldn't you say? I had no idea Docs was Jimmy's very own Clive Warren. I had no reason to kill him. You're seriously feigning ignorance of Docs' true identity? Yeah-huh. Yeah-huh? I gotta give the guy a hand. This guy's full of Lyle. He was coincidentally the only other officer around. He was with the Achilles member in prison. Vis Jimmy. Visit this. He was waiting for this interrogation to happen as much as I was. Slick. And Volper knew he really was, so that's why he killed him? I had no interest in killing, all I wanted was enigmium. How'd I get myself in this situation? I can prove him guilty of 3 murders in one go. Where do I even start with this? Don't give up so easy, Wright. I knew you can do this. You have a knack for warming out impossible predicaments, after all. Yes, actually. Like, even with the threat of an assassin, with, Amaya on hand, and with literally a devil-spawned ghost of, an ex-girlfriend, mind you, yes. I'm pretty sure we dealt with worse, and we're gonna deal with worse, after all, later on. It's just a matter of how to go about doing it. Make a miracle, do the miracle, become the miracle. Just keep calm, listen carefully, and analyze the evidence before you. There's no penalty in pressing, so obtain as much information as you can. There should be a statement of somewhere that doesn't gel. I have the utmost belief in you, Wright. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Tear-jerking. Back to you, champ. No pressure. No room full of civilians depending on you to save their lives, pressure. Yeah, keep talking away there, Hemlock. You're just stalling away time for me. Let's see, gets to be smug when I find the flaw in your argument. Robert killed Cedric. You can't deny traces alone were found in the wire. I want to get a reminder of the whole thing, that whole room. Which ones? Volper killed Cedric. If this knife is actually one of the same, possibly the original weapon before Bismuth was beaten, bears to dismiss Prince. Jacket. What else? Enigmium. This is all not the same. Finger puppet. Finger puppet of Titus Crump, so-called gift from the Boogeyman, and says it bears 2 prints. Volper to Smith's, which is actually Hemlock's. Me, I knew that. Ready to went over to the fake Monotama. Small note. Let's Boogeyman victims. Blaine Schill, Clive Warren, Tira Sevenson, Blaine Schill, Cassandra Wyatt, Bertram Knave, Sarah Transfigment before Arrow Brisbane. Freud's order card. Yeah, let's flip VD8 knife. Cover up. Seeing close enough, keep it out current VD8. Reason. I messed with the prince, think you do that. The Red Devil and his brother Miscellaneous lacking number 340 or went behind our backs to just go with Enigmium. They like more comic kits and return the favor. Burn this afterwards, you know the drill. You're the man. The 8 knife. Bears Docs and Volper's prints. The latter faded but defined. Bears Docs' blood plus a faint trace of Titus Crumb's blood before beneath. So this basically proves it's the same knife from VD8, which obviously, like, it makes sense. Why? So if we're gonna prove that why you didn't leave prints at all, even like Renwick's printing on this, it's mostly just a fact of presenting this. A blood-covered plastic bag. Blood is dark and dry. Found a cavity within the interrogation room's table. That's one way I'm gonna do it. This thing, some sort of busted up electronic device found in the cabinet within the interrogation room's table. We don't know that yet, so we can't present that. But this is not. We still don't even know what this really is. Trace of unknown dark powder present at the bottom. Found a cavity within the interrogation room's table. Motive the Paragon or Achilles guys. He must have pushed Volper's button or something. Took Volper for interrogation, but Doc said he had to get something first. Like 10 minutes later into interrogation with the knife little things. I'm sort of freaking out when the dogs came in. The blackout happened. He took opportunity to dark on the dark, killing dogs. Let me put it another way. Those aren't my prints, Buster. They aren't my prints. That's probably something to present the knife onto, maybe. I had no idea Docs was doing his very own Clive Warren. I had no reason to kill him. No reason killing. All I wanted is Enigmium. We didn't press the statement. Let's try that. Well, you have it. Congratulations. Why, thank you kindly, Nikki. I'll take all the credit. This kind of success is what ambition's all about, kiddos. Not too much ambition, though. This is what Lyle at Muck is all about, baby. How did I get myself into this situation? Well, we know that for sure. Thank you, Edgeworth, for the encouragement. So, let's see. The knife would probably be the best way to go about it. Struck on the dark, killing dogs. Let me put it another way. Those aren't my prints, Buster. Those aren't your prints, but the fact that Volper's prints on it are faded means he didn't touch him recently. Let's try it. The 8 knife bears dogs blood plus a faint trace of blood. If that doesn't work, what would be the next best thing? Probably the bag, but that's probably thinking it overhead too much. And that's like a trump card in the way because of Renwick showing that off. Yeah, the knife would probably be the best way. Hopefully. Yep, okay. You argue insistently that Volper picked up the knife and stabbed Warren with it, which does appear to have been the case if you take into account Volper's fingerprints. Can I just say how cathartic it is just doing this? It's great. Thank you! Now he finally gets it, people! He finally gets it! No, I don't. If you want to be clear, you'd have mentioned Volper's prints in the original statement. So why not just say Volper's prints prove he used the knife? Because you hoped I'd forget, didn't you? By dancing around the subject, you tried to divert attention from the prints. What's wrong with the prints, Mr. Wright? They are present in the knife's handle, yes? Then clearly... Oh, Volper used it, alright? Almost a month ago. His print on the knife wasn't made from murdering Warren, but from murdering Titus Crump back in VD8. Oh, this music is great. No, that's wrong. Stop being wrong, Mr. Wrong. Okay, you're not mimicking Brisbane right now, so shut the hell up. Forensic analysis confirmed this yesterday, Your Honor. The presence of Volper's prints are significantly faded, but defined. But what's just that it was used to murder Titus Crump? Take another look at the blade, Your Honor. At first glance, it's covered with Warren's blood all the way up to the handle, which makes sense because Warren fell, head first onto the table, wedging himself deeper within his body and out the other side for Maggie to see as a long-edged, double-edged sword, huh? But advanced forensic analysis discovered a trace of another blood type beneath. That of a complete black sheep had nothing to do with this case, because he was killed with the very knife by Vex Volper in the past. That can't be right. The very same knife that was used to... Was the knife even presented during the trial? No, Your Honor, it wasn't. As far as we knew, this knife didn't even exist. The murder of Titus Crump was covered up by altogether, and this proves it. The murder of Titus Crump was covered up altogether. This order card. This is one of Achilles' order cards, Your Honor. Until Hemlock securely passes on directives to the underlings. In reading this, it becomes obvious that this particular card was addressed to, Chief Freud. Thank you, Your Honor. I had a very interesting meeting with the Chief yesterday, and he confessed to having covered up the true weapon used against Crump. And not just the knife, mind you, but the body and death of the Crump himself. That sounds like a lot of trouble to do through. But why was such a prominent murder redacted from VD8? All Wright tells me no outside your corner support existed for Titus Crump. His murder was pretty much swept under the rug. Yep, indeed. Correct, Edgeworth. As we all heard from the horse's mouth yesterday, the Chief has been under the influence of Hemlock for rather a long time. So when he ordered for the cover-up of his knife, he was merely the figurehead for Hemlock's machinations. And he had bowed his will due to his threats from Achilles. Your Honor, may I retract what I just said from the record? Because now I think about it, I'm talking a little bull. Okay, shut up, you. Looky here, me, why would Hemlock bother going to so much trouble when it was Volper's fault? Look, what's your point? I can only come from my ages to an extent, bub. Until they do something reckless and drop my neck in it, that is. Oh, I did not hear that in the background. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love it. The condensed remixes of the Phoenix Wright stuff is great. I love it. You should take a listen to it. Just look at condensed remixes. They're great. They're absolutely amazing. Volper, he was on his own. That wasn't your intent. Volper wasn't your priority at the time. During VD8, your priority was to preserve the knife for later, expunge the knife's existence, preserve it. You wanted to preserve the knife Volper used to kill Crump, namely the fingerprints that Volper left on it. You wanted to use Volper as a, pun very much intended, as his scapegoat, in more ways than one. You aimed to keep it a secret to aid in your plan to later frame Volper for Warren's murder. That was why the murder of Crump was classified. The details that had been shared would have been thrown a wrench in the whole plan. In that case, I was always asking for a copy of Crump's autopsy report to bring to court. I was always denied. Now I know the reason. With Volper's prints in the hand of Crump's blood wiped out on the blade, Hemlock would go on to later use it against him. Judging on who was in the interview room, who would be the obvious suspect? The lazy, slacking detective, or the certified serial killer? Yep. And actually, thinking back to what Brisbane's... Against a little something. Before we go that, it reminds me of something Brisbane said as well. That's another reason why that actually feuded into his whole thing about... Well, I think Crump wasn't dead because he was always denied. That literally fueled into his own belief that, Crump was always dead no matter what. Especially with the whole fact, Crump, Vex Volper Crump was always, sitting in the detention center the whole time, being waited to be brought to the stand. That was just another nail in the coffin for Brisbane to think, Titus Crump wasn't dead. It was that. It was always that. Hey, you're forgetting a little something something? Well, we're not gonna do that in the bedroom, okay? That's for you, because you clearly are. Wards the knife in the first place, moron. If I meant to use it, I would gone taken it. Which is why you asked Warren to retrieve it. Yeah. I didn't know who Dox really was. It was Volper later rumbled his cover. Somebody always keen to keep an ear to the ground. Do you think I believe that? You knew beforehand Dox really was, and you need to get rid of him. Stop preaching when you can't prove Nikki. He's spinning out. They're probably gonna come back in a second. Come on then, big man. Show us all how I knew Dox's true identity. How I know true Dox's true identity. My first thought was the grapevine and the boogeyman victims. Grapevine? Was I not right? Was it clear enough for you, champ? Just Crystal, you believe me that I had no idea who the man was until it was too late? So there's another way he found out besides that, a more definitive way. You should know Dox's true identity. Let's read through the profiles. Hemlock's recent spy persona. Savagely beaten. Long-term friend and rival. Supposedly witnessed attack. Currently in death row. Chief police, well-to man. Infested at Brisbane for some reason. You probably heard about it from Greason then. Hey Dox, worked for Greason the mole and the police till he shot to death. His real name was Clive Warren. Arrested under suspicion of being the one who hit Brisbane. Killed another agent. Mostly victim of looking a killer. And oh, that's a nice mugshot if I ever saw one. The omniscient leader Mitzchievous. Psychotically obsessed with being in control. Actually look exactly the same as Snow? Yeah, it does actually, that's kinda cool. Shows all how new Dox's true identity. So in case I'm wrong, because I'm always wrong, don't worry about it. You probably learned it from Greason. No. Huh, so okay, let's see here. Of everything, no page, Terry Greason. You definitely had to learn it from Greason's side of the story. Or maybe you looked into the whole thing with the boogeyman victims. Maybe that's so. Yeah, okay, so that was it. Right track, but wrong evidence. That was it. You asked for Hemlock, and I will provide. But first, a little backstory involving James Trent. While I do like maybe some exposition, I'm a sucker for those. He and his wife Sarah were quite the dynamic duo back in their Interpol days. Then in one case concerning a certain smuggling ring, Warren's help was enlisted. He was trusted by Trent and infiltrated the higher ranks of the smuggling ring. Yeah. If I wanted a bedtime story, Nikki would ask for one. Well, get some hot cocoa and get a blanket because we're going to be here for a bit. How the hell does this news answer my question? Maybe a change of narrator is that what you need, huh? Well, that would definitely be a good, you know, game changer for engagement, huh? Trent? So it's like he was saying, I strictly requested Warren to go undercover. He was so well camouflaged with the high rollers and the criminal scum atop the ladder. He became the first victim of a certain serial killer. Exactly right. Clive Warren became the first of the Boogeyman's 8 confirmed victims. And need to remind the court who holds the likeliest to be the Boogeyman nomination? It's Lyle Hemlock, of course. Okay, well, that's a great lineup. I love that. The Boogeyman thought he killed Warren, but the guy was made of sterner stuff. He's such a garroting, stalwart man indeed. Warren was seeing the red mist. Would make him see sense. He'd like die for Pete's sake. Let him be in. Let's get back to smuggling ring. As soon as I found a fresh lead out of Maplethorpe Hotel, I granted his request. I sent him to the precinct. Sent him after you. Hemlock, you saw his face. You recognized him. That too. Oh my gosh, that's actually simpler to think about. We did. You knew he was coming for you. It's Achilles' like Occam's razor. It's the simplest answer. Never mind the fact that Occam's razor sometimes doesn't come to play several times, so don't worry about that. That's why you did him in the fringe of the job. I think we can fill the blanks from here. Hemlock used interrogation of Volper as a ruse to lure them both into the same room. Interrogation brought about from the murder of Cedric Maplethorpe, which heavily implies Hemlock's doing as well. Hemlock, it was you who coerced the chief into giving Maplethorpe and Volper adjoining cells. As Snow would have given free access to the building and the cell keys, you entered Maplethorpe's cell one quiet night and strangled him in his sleep. Then you leaned his body against the bars to imply Volper had a good reach. As for the sleeping Volper, you placed the wire in his hand to cover his traces. Only a terrible revenge to the bumbling Achilles agent, which gives a solid motive. The perfect excuse to drag Volper to a private room, with Warren in tow. The perfect way to kill 3 birds with 1 stone and get away with it all. No! Should I take that as confession? If that reaction doesn't scream guilty, I don't know what does, Your Honor. Have I done it? Well, one of the murders solved at least? Did Mitzchievous' murder hold a double motive? Revenge for his incompetence as Achilles agent? An elaborate ruse to set the Warren murder? That's true, and Hemlock's knee-jerk reaction was authentic. No, just breathe, you got this. It's not real, it's not real. Just build the plan Y. Nobody has to die. Plan Y. Oh boy. Looks even busy, my man. Maybe these hard harebrained theories will be good for something. I'm surprised you weren't tuned into the investigation channel yesterday. Again, Freud did whisper his confession to me. Did he know for certain how Hemlock's spying operations functioned? One thing I don't understand. What was already serving a life sentence for multiple murders? Why frame him for more? Petty revenge. Because he's a piece of scum who deserves to die. You think he's a skid mark inside enough as it is? You have no idea how much he screwed up my own plans. He's meant to stay in prison for life for what he did to his brother. The smuggling brother who put Vexy in touch with some very colorful criminal contacts. Including Red goddamn White. So get this, Red White pays the young Vexy a visit in prison. Get me out of here, Mr. White. I have my sources that can pay you handsomely for the trouble. That piece of refined enigmium, a whole pound of it, worth billions. If you pull some strings and organize my release, I'll find it slid in any way. 5 years I've been searching for this goddamn thing. And no leads in 5 years, some news of an incident at Verglas Bridge. That Vincent's secretaries with involved. Old Robbie just had to get himself an investigation. Special permission from the chief saw to that. And then Volper happened. My god, did Volper happen. The first lady getting years in that red toilet brushes out of prison back on its trail. That's why he deserved the death penalty. That. Oh yeah, he's considered white. Oh boy. That sounded very much like a confession to me, Mr. Hemlock. Yes, from your very story, it seems that you take responsibility for Mitzchievous' murder. Well, no, I wouldn't exactly call it murder. I'm not a killer, remember? Are you kidding me? You seriously think you're still innocent? You're the boogeyman killer and you've admitted to murdering one man to frame another. But this is where your big theory falls apart, bud. You're gonna name me for one murder, name me for all of them. Oh boy. No, for the fact that you can't pay me for one in Brisbane. Oh boy. Hemlock's a living paradox. How can his mind contradict itself so much? You know, it's kind of more fitting that Clive Warren named himself Paradox, huh? I love the pun even more now, huh? Any evidence he can present, they just get rejected by his belief system. He must be locked in a state of cognitive dissonance. I need to look at that more. Cognitive dissonance. And what makes you so sure I can't prove your guilt for the other 2 murders? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Was it we to whip out the rules of physics, folks? You see, kiddos, when a knife is forcibly inserted into the chest of a living being, oh, we're going to do birds and the bees talk. Well, I mean, that's the thing for, you know, Phoenix Night with time in the bedroom. No, never mind. The copious amount of blood tends to spread forward, don't it? Yeah, well done, teacher. Ryan, what's the issue? Warren did leave a pool of blood on the table. Didn't have any on my hand, though, did I, smart guy? Yeah, we can already say that Maggie, like, literally had a cuffs in his hand, and his hands were clean. And he was not wearing gloves. She remarked on that, so you had something else to catch the blood for you. Don't believe me? Ask Maggie. Yeah, Maggie Bird, the officer who arrested him at the scene. She reported nothing of the sort, and her word is gold in my book. So no blood, no stabby. Simple. Stabby. Stabby. He's got me there. It's not out of the question that you may have used something to cover your arm with. You, of all people, would have also known about this Edgeworth from, let's see, long ago, maybe 5 years ago. Well, how long ago was it? Probably way more than that, actually, thinking about it. Objection! Oh yeah, that a fact? You bring up something and show us then. He got cocky fast. Is he confident we don't know how he's asking for? Yes, because he tasked a certain someone to hide the evidence for him. Dude, that's gone now. Come on. As he said it before, that agreement is now null and void, so time to piggyback off that breach of contract and strike back where the snake is hot. Come on. Something to wrap his hand in. That thing. Of course. You seem rather comfortable for somebody in your position. I'll be the judge's chair. Looks comfy for a chair you can't even see, trust me. Well, you gotta play the part if you want to do it, you know. Just, what is that catchphrase? Like, not catchphrase, that turn phrase, just about... What was it? Ah, gosh, I'm blanking the phrase right now. Play the part to know the part, I guess. If you know what I mean. To act confident, you'll become acted confident, that sort of thing. What was it again? Ah, brain fudge. Yeah, just keep talking, chuckles. You seem almost confident that such evidences exist. Would you care if I disagreed? You have nothing. Get ready to eat those words along with a reality sandwich. Well, I mean, ham and cheese sandwich would go good. Your hand avoided the blood because of this. Quick in the draw there. I'm honestly worried about this one. Not just because of where it was found, the fact that Rimmick knew about it. Well, obviously. This is the only way forward, so here goes nothing. Hemlock? What particular item here points towards the use of a blood guard for your hand? Does this look familiar at all? How did... I'll be happy to take that as a yes. Very obvious one at that. But that wasn't... I thought that was... Where did you get that? I think the question here is, where did you get it? As you can clearly read, VD in the cup label at the top, it's said to bet that this was the bag containing the knife. So when Warren brought in the knife, he also unknowingly provided you with a blood cover. Did you use this bag when you stabbed Warren? No, this is You presented impossible evidence? That bag isn't supposed to exist! Impossible evidence? Does this bag not have a place in Hemlock Land? Is he literally forcing himself to forget about it? Well, you refused to admit it. I guess we had to run some tests in the blood. Because this is indeed the bright blood of Clive Warren. No, this is all fake. They're all naysayers. Naysayers, I say. Oh yeah, come back from Hemlock Land and come down to Reality Land. Keep standing up for what you believe in. Everything will work out in the end. Just stay positive. Stay positive. Stay happy. Toxic positivity. Oh god, okay, he's on the next phase. Oh, everyone's enough fingerless now. I'm the one to control my destiny, not you naysayers. Okay. Well, your bags in your eyes have gone more dark. Just like the blood in this bag, huh? Holy moly, he's gone full-on control freak. Nothing leaves this courthouse. If that bag so much as crosses that threshold, I'll destroy you all. Oh, that's right, the explosives. This won't work. How else can I substantiate this new item? I think it's some way to tie this with a hemlock. Blood or no blood. Wait, that's it. I don't need to leave the room to prove it, Hemlock. A clear plastic bag like this won't be an ideal surface to find fingerprints in the inside. But can you clearly identify any prints, Mr. Wright? Just can't leave the room for analysis. I have to improvise with the naked eye. Now let's have a hard look at the bag. There we are. Ha! Found one. All to do is match it with... It's not a match. Really? It doesn't correspond to any of these on record. Something the matter, champ? Why does this print not match any of the record? Like you didn't answer because I didn't do it, moron. You can see Robbie's fingerprint there in black and gray. Doesn't look at all like the one in the bag. Didn't think so, did I? Oh god. What's the best way to go about doing this then? Hey look, you snake! You changed your print again, didn't you? What if he didn't? What if the print inside the bag is the original? Maybe a week ago he hadn't perfected the art of print mimicry yet. Hence the VDA cover-up. That actually is great. Oh my gosh. This is all coming about just because he wasn't expertise in certain things. That's literally all this is. Oh, I love this. Well, this is the ultimate ability of everyone, talent-wise. I know the look. You've had some sort of epiphany, haven't you? You certainly know me well, Edgeworth. At least certainly know Nick well, anyway. I have a theory, if Your Honor will listen. I believe this is Hemlock's original print. Oh, there we go. It's not me who's been the same prints. He works to me so damn much. They can't be a total part, can they? It may have been true that you artificially copied Remix prints. It was a very recently learned skill, wasn't it? Prior to the Brisbane incident, you had a very different set of prints. your own. Nope, 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 nobody, nope. Stop lying, naysayer. Because I was thinking, why the V8 cover-up? Why shade a whole other murder just to obtain a knife with Volper's prints on it? Can't you require your skill of print manipulation? When you did, it became a whole new way of streamlining your processes. Objection! And where's a copy of my original print existent that I report, naysayer? Nowhere. Oh, the phone even has a danger symbol on it. Unbeknownst to you, I have just the thing. Lies, lies, all of it lies. We can look at original prints from this item. Okay, so we need something that came from beforehand. Wait. I literally just passed it. Has to be evidence that came from that case before Brisbane's assault, where he changed his fingerprints so he can properly blame Renwick for it. So, it has to be evidence from the interrogation room. And what better yet than a mug shard? Do you remember yesterday in my office when you threw your mug onto the floor? And as you left, you collected all the fragments back up? That's exactly what happened to the letter, wasn't it? I picked them all up and the mug was never brought up again. I'll have to disagree with you on that one again. You see? You missed one. Huh? How does a piece of this coffee mug prove that— Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Remember, this is Detective Snow's favorite tea mug. You find a print on the herbs of this fragment that match the one in the bag. There we are. What do you know? It's a clear, defined match. And even if I'm a bit off, a proper fingerprint analysis post-trial would prove it. What's the thinking, Lyle? Okay, you're still going crazy. This nest of rats the hell up! Let the rats steal alarm in your Pied Piper. Okay, you're going to, delusional grandeur now. My puppet's a string, your lies are in my hands. You know, I heard, like, you know, I don't think that's weird, but it's in my tongue. There's two games I played through recently. Two games which are recently my new favorites that I have a fixation on now. I have the whole thing about puppets and various cut strings. And it has like a third game coming out soon. I don't know, what is it called again? I don't know what it is. He's really gonna struggle with his state of mind now. I need to develop the theory and really weigh in the pressure. And again, what's he gonna do when he finally case in? So disguised as Snow, Hemlock held a knife with a plastic bag in his hand. Was then able to hit his target in the dark? The dark, huh? The blackout. Yeah, that was the thing. We need proof without doubt that blackout was, just based on the sound of it. I remember how, like, basically the whole reason we managed to get Snow off the hook, and I mean Snow, not Hemlock, because, yeah, playing character. You gotta activize the character, play the part, become the part. The way we proved Snow was, you know, innocent was just a pure fact that blackout was a complete coincidence. But now that we know that this is a premeditated act with Cedric Mapplethorpe, how was the blackout, you know, premeditated? Of all the power boxes for the ball to hit, and of all the moments for it to hit, why then and there? When Volper was the suspect, we were happy to shrug it off as authentic, but under these new circumstances, no way it was an accident. The blackout. It wasn't the coincidence we all been led to believe. It wasn't their carefully constructed piece of Hemlock's big puzzle. Why was he making up this false truth? Are you too blind and stubborn to see the way that things are supposed to go? Well, guess what? You're no god, and you're not having my destiny thrown out of whack this way. I'm gonna make my own fucking destiny, my own choices. Lies, dreams, doubts, everything. Make my own. It's getting tiresome, Hemlock. Look, Nicky, body chip, my lad. Happiness is what we all strive for in this life, Everyone here threatened by guns and exploding phones. This never need to happen. So what's so hard about agreeing on a situation where we can all leave here happy, huh? I'm not gonna be happy until you're behind bars. We'll go home with our lives and our world's making sense again. Making sense again? The world never made sense. Have you looked too far into either science or religion? If you go one way to another, just logic-wise, just complete logic-wise, then it's not gonna make sense. That's where faith comes into play. The world will only make sense again after you've been put away for your crimes. And I aim to prove that the interrogation blackout was your doing. Hemlock holds so much control that he can manipulate lightning bolts to strike at will. No, although I bet he considered it. Oh boy. Would he try to learn that in a way? Just
just fund the sciences so much you'll learn how to mimic and manipulate weather itself. Oh no. Well, we gotta stop it by now. Call me crazy, but I don't think the power box is damaged by lightning at all. Just smile. Smile and shine, you say? Smile you want. You won't get away with what you've done. There has to be something here that proves the power box outage was controlled. Numero uno. Do you know what this is, thing is, Hemlock? No. The most unconvincing no of all time. And neither do you from the sound of it. This ain't another one of your famous bluffs, is it? But since I too would like to know, Mr. Wright. What is that? Somebody please back me up my bluff. Unless I'm much mistaken, oh, that's a device known as an igniter. Was an igniter used in Investigations 1 or 2? I'd like to know that right now at the top of my head, because I know I love those two games to death, but at the top of my head, the igniter is like blank in my mind. I only know that from one game, and that's not in those two games. But that's a foreshadowing moment for you. An igniter? From what I understand, it's a device programmed to emit a small flame when triggered. Oh, that I didn't know. That would explain why it looks pretty burnt and busted up. If the object was placed in the power box before the interrogation, the damage caused by the flame would have easily been mistaken for lightning damage. Then Rema came along, picked a lighter, and hid it away. I say that proves that the blackout was indeed staged. I should say so, Your Honor. Hemlock needed to fake a power outage so Volper's testimony would be taken even less seriously. Why else would he carry out the interrogation at night? Unless I'm very much mistaken, which I'm not, by the way. Volper's still blood all the same. So what use the blackout do to me, huh? That's a good point. Only turning out the lights would have sufficed. Did Volper just sit in the dark twiddling his thumbs while Hemlock killed Warren? No. Wait. I just remembered this. Actually, or maybe I'm lying right now. I just mostly just never brought up it before. Just the fact we talked to Volper for the first time, and when we were in his solitary cell, back in the Southern Maple Floor incident, where we had to talk to him in the first investigation. There's something very interesting there. Mostly just some, what he's doing is Titus Crump away. Facade, approach, and act. Pulling his hair back and all that. Hold on a moment. That scar below his eye. I'm actually sure that second scar was more recent. Yep, the scar on his head was from Visita Cicatrice. Just return the favor. And coincidentally, pretty good parallel that his new scar is now matching with Vincenzo's. Huh. I love parallels. Could it be that he genuinely had no idea what was happening? Blackout happened. Witness, if you're so confident that you had nothing to do with the murder, why haven't you mentioned what happened during the blackout? During the blackout? So what? What is there to tell about that? Look, how would I know what happened in the blackout? Would you know what happened in the blackout? Volper's knocked unconscious while it was dark. What was it? That line in his testimony was blackness, redness, whiteness, blackoutness. That was him basically saying he was knocked out. And that's why he stayed still in the interrogation room when Maggie, arrested with Snow and came back. He was knocked out until that moment. He woke up right then and there. For unrelated reasons, Volper had obtained a noticeable scar on his forehead. I subconsciously noticed he now had a second scar below his left eye. Ah, that's why he had no idea what was going on. And would match up with Officer Bird's testimony from that trial. Luckily, he seemed to have not just sat there the whole time. Strange, really. Do you deny that, Hemlock? Well, duh. He's oddly calm all of a sudden. You have some nerve, Mr. Hemlock? All this evidence against you, a criminal mastermind, and you continue to deny it? Just bide my time. The light will just come on his head. I really hate it when he does this. Well, I for one believe you have found the true villain of the piece, Mr. Wright. You appear to have conclusively proven Mr. Hemlock responsible for 3 crimes all at once. As unlikely as it all once seemed, we may have had a huge mistake concerning Volper. Agreed, Your Honor. Well, Volper should remain in prison to continue his life sentence from both Titus Crump and Grossberg. He has been proven innocent of crimes that elevated his sentence to death penalty. Well, I guess this means that his death sentence should be revoked. Seems to have forgotten who's a judge during execution around here, bub. not you, because I'm, do you have any law experience? No. You only have police training. And you've got another question coming your way. Set me up for something, I know it. Ask away. Remember this fake truth is that you're women together? It's going along rather nicely. I mean, it's to fake truth, I mean, I guess there's some truth to it, huh? But there's one more piece of the puzzle you're missing out on. The evidence that ties me to Brisbane's assault. What is he up to? Up and out, slugger. Just as lastly approved, then you're one. The friction you just put on, you're not gonna just let this confirm. This is Nikki's moment of the spotlight, not yours. So come on, hot shot. What's this be-all, end-all evidence to prove my part in crime number 3? Be-all, end-all evidence to prove my part in crime number 3. If we can't use... What proves without doubt it was him? My first thought is either the fingerprints in the Enigmium, or at least something about the voice recorder. Let me just save right here and try the voice recorder first. Figures. Oh yeah, well, he definitely said we can't really use voice mimicry because, Definitive proof. Definitive proof. Definitive proof. We definitely said we can't do that, but real evidence to prove that his part in crime number 3 would it just literally just be the fingerprints? But what about Renwick then? Same similar prints. We haven't used this yet. We don't even know what this is. Unknown dark powder. Maybe that has to come up some point, but I doubt that's it. Maybe the fingerprint report? No. I definitely think about this more. Ah, I see. Okay. So it's the wire. I completely... Like, that's my fault for not forgetting about it. Like, it's the same wire from both the Cedric Mapplethorpe case, with the rust in the end, and plus Rebecca's prints on it, which are actually yours. So it's a 2-in-1 special. Hemlock? We've already touched on how you like to recycle evidence for future plans. Sorry. Just to be sure something. Video Night, namely. Use Volper's prints against him later for Warren's murder. And what do we have here? Yet more evidence, your evidence reuse. Mapplethorpe murder. Yes. If I'm like reuse the knife for the sole purpose of framing Volper in the future. He also used the prints in the garrote wire to frame Denton Smith. Did I? Of course. You and the defendant share the same prints, so you copied this to frame him. Oh? Oh? Oh no. Oh boy. What was it he said earlier? I had some way to pay it back in court. If I only had some way to play it back in court. Oh god. Oh wait, I do! Get a load of this. Nice finger tapping skills. Well, it may have been true that you artificially copied Renwick's prints. It was a very recently learned skill, wasn't it? Prior to the Brisbane incident, you had a very different set of prints. Your own. Nope, stop lying, naysayer. Because I was thinking, why the V8 cover-up? Why should a whole other murder just obtain a knife with Volper's prints on it? You hadn't yet acquired your skill of print manipulation. When you did, it became a whole new way of streamlining your processes. With that in mind, I'd like to repeat my favorite part. You hadn't yet acquired your skill of print manipulation. Yarg indeed! I should remember what I said about those damn prints. Well, I definitely forgot about the wires, so pardon Pulsel, Nick. Okay, it's fine. He really had and tricked me into contradict myself. You're up, champ. Explain to Udgy where you screwed up. Your Honor, if Detective Smith's prints are on there in the wire, then that must mean... Oh, I backed myself into a corner. I can't get out of it unless I say that Renwick... His involvement. Just thinking about Smithy. Just thinking about him that Nikki doesn't want to let out the bag. And yet now I have to. Hemlock, you... Mr. Wright, is this true? Is this something we should know about the defendant? If Renwick's involvement is to be completely believed here, this print manipulations, all that, then we have to reveal his all 5-year gap in the records plan of all the times he's helped with Hemlock, including going overseas to help going over like forging evidence, especially the thing that happened in the investigation room. Let's get that sucker down. Is there really no other way out of this? Do I have to rat Romic out as Hemlock's assistant for the past 5 years? Do the murder charge may be dropped, but perjury, accessory to the murder, reverting to course of justice. I have no choice but now to open a whole new can of worms. The nicest man asked you a question, champ. Is something life-ruining scandals about Smithy or not? Romic, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I have a confession to make. The past 5 years, my client has been forced to keep a lid on a shameful secret. I've only just managed to coax the information out of him yesterday. What kind of secret? The secret? Right, well, the secret, that Smith has been... I can't do it. Don't worry about it, Phoenix. I had a good run. We both did. Huh? Ugh. Renwick, what are you doing? You did your best, Phoenix. You had absolute belief I was fully innocent. I thank you for that. Sincerely. But I knew I couldn't keep this secret forever. If I got away with it, I couldn't live with myself. And believe you me, let's be hugely to get off my chest. Your Honor, I had a level of involvement in those crimes. The DJ2 was assigned to investigate the aftermath incident. I got tangled with him up there. I pursued this concerning the Indian that was present at the scene. What else? Didn't know what it was, though. Just I was doing a public service returning the thing to its owner. Hemlock gets in touch and tells me he's after it. Going to frame me for the murder of Blaine Chill I stumbled upon earlier. Blaine Chill, one of the boogeyman's victims. Yeah, the whole thing. The lime green suit guy. Duck. And what happened next, buddy? In the next 5 years? Hemlock struck my records that we had ourselves a little road trip, didn't we? Oh, I loved road trips. Well, I mean, there's one story which was primarily a road trip on a mod. That was a terrible one. Define a road trip for us, if you wouldn't mind. You can all guess by now that Hemlock is in fact the boogeyman. Yeah, I can guess that much. He killed his way to the top of all ranks by picking off all those above him. These top guys are all over the globe, hence the road trip. Oh. Yeah. Hold it, you didn't. Oh boy. No, I killed nobody. That was all him. Metaphorically. Yeah, you tell yourself that. I'm like, why are you now perfectly okay with being called a killer, you weirdo? I still can't figure him out, but I know enough to know that means bad. The legend of the Boogeyman was a joint effort. Aside from the garroting MO, the Boogeyman never left a trace. That was because me. I was Hemlock's one-man cleaning crew. Not just in the past, but the present. The Mipthorpe war and crime scenes what you're doing as well? With Chief Wright on hand, that would get rid of, like, anyone asking about what happened to Renwick Smith. Boy. Ugh. As the Mapplethorpe case removed all the evidence from their cells. The Warren case was the one who planted the intrigue of Igniter to cause a blackout. You assured the power? Sorry, that wrong voice. Once the good detective gave a signal, yes? I wonder what that signal was supposed to be. You mentioned the wire. That'll explain why your prints were on it beforehand. I had to remove the wire from the first scene. Hemlock asked me to hand it over instead. I always wondered what for. A week later. From the very beginning, you knew who was responsible for framing you. You tried speaking out against a crime boss blackmailing you. That was the same exact line Phoenix had to Edgeworth. He had the chief in his pocket. You think I would have stood a chance speaking out? We appreciate your honesty, Detective Smith, even if it was a little late. However, of course or not, you realize that you may now be charged on different grounds. Perjury, accessory to the murder, reverting the course of justice, for instance. Oh, good, you read my mind, Edgeworth. I know. And I'm sorry for trouble I caused. And Phoenix, understand that your hand was forced. MPP is what he does best, after all. I've had a taste of what it's been like to have been me for 5 years. Oh god, do I ever. I'm sorry too, Renwick. Follow my blind trust in getting us in this mess. If any consolation, the murder charge will now likely be dropped. The Hemlock has confirmed this himself. You are now innocent of murder. Objection! You have something to say about that now? We had some good times on the road, huh, Smithy? We need to clean this crew when you got a schmuck like you around. Oh boy, we're talking about the good old days of 5 years past and beyond. Oh yay, those are my favorite times. No, was fucking not. Oh god. Like 2 years ago, I know my life was hell. Oh boy. I wonder. There was always a look in your eyes when you saw the crime scenes. I could tell murder was always tickled your fancy. But me being me, I'm wanting the job done my way. No offense, buddy. Good, because I never want to kill for you. To kill for me, no. But to kill me... Now Smithy's aired out the dirty laundry, you assume his hands are clean. But how's about we throw attempted murder into this little pick and picks mix of charges? If I'm going down, you're coming with me, Smithy. Okay. What is a murder charge? You're just grasping at straws. I always knew you were a loose cannon, Smithy. I knew you had it in you to try and free yourself the easy way. That's why you poisoned Stowe's coffee. Oh, that. Oh, God. You can't be serious. I didn't have any Etriquin on me. Oh, boy. That's why you planted the satchel to frame Volver, clever clogs. As though it's the crime scene of our toilet. Who else? Richard Smith? What proof do you have to back that up with? Everyone's panties were so much about Volver being the poisoning. No one ever thought to ask for the fingerprints in the sachet, did they? What, try me, Nikki? Ask me who handled the poison. Go on, ask me. I mean, I did ask for the fingerprints in the sachet, so, yeah. What am I said ask me! Whose prints were they? Like you need to ask. The sachet got retested. You'll find Smithy's, of course. You want us to test it right now? Wait just a minute. I thought the point of the Etriquin sachet was to blame Volper for the poisoning. So where's the point of making Smithy come into it? Bloody hell, mate. Why else would I point Remick as withstanding? All you do in this case was scribble as no pattern look important. But full well this altercations would fool everyone. As a ventriloquist, you order for a suppression of investigation. Bingo, mate. Bing bloody go. I don't know how the hell did he turn around this time? He's practically guilty and he still found a way to drag Remick down with him. Oh boy. I had to disprove attempted murder? He's not a killer. Now that I truly believe about Renwick. Hemlock has always been one step ahead of us all. It's one step after another. Ugh, god damn it. How can I plan against what he's already been planned? What kind of lawyer am I that can't defend a proven innocent man? How can I fall like this? Failure is always an option, but true failure is when you stop trying. If I haven't failed yet, not until I choose to fail. There's still something I can do. There must be. Step out of it, Mr. Wrong. Thank you for the lines of encouragement, Brisbane, even though I had that, what is that, the reason you suck speech with you in the third case, then you're coming in clutch again. Remick would never attempt to kill anyone, you hear? Not even self-absorbed, self-corrupting, soul-corrupting monsters like him. Haha, that's quite enough out of you, not champ. Oh wow, you keep calling us champs, so that means you're not a champ. We're the champs here, you goddamn loser. Thought this be the day you finally get rid of me, Smithy. The rest of your life, you'll be trapped in a place where you'll never escape from me. Yeah, in a prison cell far away from you. You'll be in what was it? A solitary cell, and in a completely different prison away from him. It's come down to this. Plan Y, end of the line. And we topple this plan Y over, then we have to go down to plan Z, huh? All I need from you now, Nikki, is your acceptance of the truth. What's the answer? What am I missing? Remick poisoned Hemlock's mug? I just can't put my finger on why that would be. Impossible. Yesterday, Hemlock was drinking from that very same mug. If my mug was poisoned, I wouldn't dare risk drinking out of it again. That's it. There's no chance anybody would drink from a previously poisoned mug again. Yeah. So what if there was no Triquinine to begin with? And I think I have just the thing to prove it. It's the truth? Given my client? Never. What? As long as I have breath in my body, I will always stand against injustice. As long as criminals like you are free to threaten innocent lives, I will always shout. Oh. And I'll tell you exactly why I refuse to give up the fight. Your coffee mug contained no Atraquinine at all. Are you quite serious? The coffee cup from the interrogation that tested positive for Atraquinine? That's what we were all led to believe. As you said before, Edgeworth, about about challenging a truth we all thought, assumption, an ideal, you could say, we should now challenge this ideal now. I think we have just the thing on hand to prove exactly it was not Edgeworth from the very beginning. Let's go. Of course, we never saw forensics actually carry the test, so we naturally assumed. Yeah. But Detective Smith was Hemlock's carefully selected stand-in detective, the same person who set up both crime scenes at Hemlock's request, and therefore, the only person pretended that poison testing was genuine. We'll certainly remove the murder charge hovering over the defendant's head. Provided you can back it up, that is. Take a good look at this piece of Hemlock's log. Dual purpose, mug, shard, evidence usage. If you'd like to reuse evidence so much, Hemlock, why don't we try it right now? Notice the large blue stain covering what would have been the inside. I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure the reagent is supposed to stain the entire mug blue. I only have limited knowledge after when I'm testing myself, but I do see your point. The reagent would only change the color of poison traces, not the entire contents. So, it stained the mug, so it's not atroquinine reagent. Not to mention, I saw Detective Snow drink from this very mug yesterday in my office. Not something I'd do if my mug was positive for poison. Naysayer, 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 naysayers everywhere. You clearly don't understand science, naysayer. What's your oh-so-scientific reason for that, then? This blue stuff. It can't possibly be atroquinine. Is there something else to explain why Hemlock's coffee turned blue? We have it. I know for a fact that's something you can't back up. You know that for a fact, do you? It's because you think that the evidence no longer exists? Maybe you thought you had Remick dispose of it for you. Well, it brings me great pleasure to disappoint you, Hemlock, because I have the evidence to unravel your entire truth. This is it, the final piece of the puzzle. The final evidence I need to bring him back to reality. The one thing we haven't used so far. Yes, sing those oohing in the backgrounds. You're fond of your mock truth, Hemlock. So here's some mock evidence to go with it. You know, I'm just seeing more parallels to that one case involving sipping tea in a diner and everything like that, with Maggie involved as well. Ha! The parallels. No, there's nothing there. You don't have it. Listen, smart guy, what about the atroquinine statue found at the scene? You ever read the label there, champ? No, because it was scuffed from the tape on the underside of the table. Under the table? Considering the evidence I do in fact have here in my hand, I wouldn't be surprised if that statue was another red herring. With some testing, it would likely be clean as a whistle. You, on the other hand, you put something else in your coffee to imitate the disappearance of the atroquinine. Could it be the powder from this little bottle? You're not at a loss for words now. What? Where did you... Yesterday I discovered something of Deus Ex Machina. A treasure trove of forbidden evidence that, as we've proven, are the missing pieces. A treasure trove? Where did you find this, Mr. Wright? There was a hollow cavity hidden on your interrogation room table, Your Honor. I'm getting flashbacks to the forbidden room in the hotel place as well, as someone tried to hide all the evidence so hard, but it still was found, because there was traces led to it. Even if you lie so much, there's always going to be traces leading to it. It's mostly just a matter of fact of concealing those traces so hard, but not this time. It contained the lighter, the igniter, the bloody bag, and last of all, this ominous bottle. You see this? What could be so inside this powdery bottle inside? Just don't swallow it, okay? It's precious evidence. To Kenny Warren, Hemlock must have stashed these items away to hide them from sight. You know, what inside this bottle be protein powder? No, that's a different franchise entirely. Never mind that. Why did you? Ignore that. It never happened. It never happened. That was weird. It's if he was about to yell at someone. It's not himself. Yeah. Renwick. He's probably waiting for me to write this bottle off. I think I gotta do that. So what about that bottle? Never seen it before in my life. Besides, it's not like you can test it out here in court. This is a bit of a stretch, but would anyone here happen to have a drink with them? Nice, you have the same exact thought I do, Edgeworth. Please, anyone? I have a cup of water, Mr. Edgeworth. I requested one for my thirst, but couldn't bring myself to drink it. You may very well be the unsung hero today's trial, bailiff. Well, there we go. The honor is yours, right? Okay, here it goes. He's changing color. Just as I suspected. It's now fully blue. And there you have it, Your Honor. Whatever this stuff is, it emulates the color of quinine rather well. I would have bet that it's harmless. Else, what's the point of fake poison? Oh, it's the coffee poison was an oddity. Now we all realize it was someone to explain why. Boy. Exactly. The coffee poisoning was an insurance policy should we ever be in this situation. It was planned long in advance in order to take Romick down with them. Yeah, one job, Smithy. One stinking job. Well, apparently it seems like he forgot one little thing. About the things on the table. You were supposed to destroy them after my arrest. You told me you did. You lied to me. I don't... I can't talk properly because I'm just a timid little mouse. Spit out, you miserable little traitor! I don't take orders from you anymore. I'm not gonna bow scrape up to a sickle like you any longer. I quit. We'll use my resignation letter, follow up another thing, toss it towards you. Whoa, let me get it straight. You made my life a waking nightmare by keeping the name a secret. And you think you have a say when I'm done with you? It's over, Hemlock. Your days as a control freak have come to an end. The first time in your life, you can't control this outcome. No, there's gotta be something I can. I mean, if I could. Mr. Hemlock, through a series of calculated events, you have attempted to divert several points of blame. From your crimes to the serial killer making his way to the head of a criminal organization, to your revenge plots against your own underlings, there is now no doubt in my mind that you're responsible for these events. Therefore, the judge was presiding over this court, the rightful judge, I order you to come down from there at once. Why did you have the gall to give me an order? Naysayers, all of them. Control was largely an illusion. As much as we all wish we had it, we can't just control everything. You know, if the form of destiny comes around a way, it's only our choice if we follow along with it or not. Some things in life we just can't do a thing about. And trying far too hard to control them anyway doesn't solve the problem. Hemlock, I get it. Life is hard. It's harder on some than others. Sometimes it flat out sucks. Nobody wants negativity. It's tempting, even natural. It's so tempting to try and avoid it altogether. That's not what life is all about. You can pursue your dreams without trying to control everything. Life's a roller coaster of ups and downs, and we're all in it for the long haul. We all make mistakes, and no matter how much you bury them, you made some too. No, I can't accept that. I am in control. I can achieve my dreams. Look what I turned out, champ! The enigma, the organization, the countless crimes you try to justify to maintain your personal happiness. And as a man who claims to never made mistakes, you know which was your biggest? Luring me and Edward onto this case. Yeah. This is a whole... You called both Nick and Edgeworth just to have a big, final, arrogant stunt to prove you were above everything. Get two of the most famous lawyers, in fact, in town to preside over the trial, and if you manage to get on top of that, oh boy, wouldn't that be an ego boost to you, and as an example for your lackeys underneath you, huh? Oh, it's storming outside. Wow, what a climatic backdrop for this. Oh boy. 3 cases, even solving the DL6 incident, the whole cornerstone of the entire game franchise, everything. Like, even going against Assassin, managed to make it a miracle out of that, and literally combating and Ghost from Christmas Past, fucking ex-girlfriend, insane and psycho lunatic, which you're not the first. You're probably a bit more crazy than she was, but oh boy, you're not gonna stop this now. Fuck. This life I created myself. I can't let it go. After all I've achieved. Stupid. What am I supposed to do? I can't go on knowing I screwed up this bad. I need to make a fresh start. Yeah, that's it. I'm afraid it's too late for that now. So you'll come quietly, turn yourself over. Turn myself over. What makes you think I'm giving up? Naysayers have always tried to bring me down. Not once have I fallen for their lies. That's the only way you're gonna find true happiness. Trust no one. Yeah, you believe this as yourself. You're a naysayer. You're a naysayer. You're all thieving, lying naysayers. Okay, you're gonna last legs. And there's no room in my world for naysayers. Oh no. Plan Z? So screw it. You're all getting blown up anyway. Oh god, how are we gonna get around this then? Consider this Plan Z, the finale. What? Oh boy. You're gonna activate Grapevine's failed deadly and kill us all anyway? What will that accomplish? You got what you want, let these people go. Oh, if I carry on through life after today, the knowledge that I screwed up this whole thing up and now everyone's gonna know about it? I can't let it happen. I can't have any of you knowing. This all never happened. And what about you? How do you plan to cope with the earth-shattering revelation that you're not perfect? Come to the people's specialty, Nikki. Oh boy, you can't run away from it forever. It's time to cope with a world of naysayers and negativity. Toxic positivity is also a thing, you know? I think she needs to get therapy for that. I just want the slate, I had to reset. Hello world, I'm someone new. I'll just force myself to forget this ever happened. All over again. I knew he was planning to kill us all anyway. No matter how this trial would have played out, he always had a Grapevine at the ready. Well, even if it went down to this, I'm glad we had a booster ego. There has to be another way to get around this explosion Grapevine heavy thing. Just like bursting of grapes, there must be a way to get around this, right? I mean, your favorite drink is grape juice, Nick. You can turn this around to be something positive for you. What do I do now? That's how it ends? So, Nikki, any last words before you start all over again? Any last words? Nothing I can say right now will change Hemlock's mind. I need to address somebody else with my final words. The judge or McSmith. The gunman. What do your henchmen think of all this, Hemlock? They perfectly intend to just sit back and want his courtroom turned into bloodbath? I gotta admit, we don't really... Marco, shut your face! Marco, oh my god, are you fucking serious? Marco of all people. You know, god damn it, Marco's actually a goddamn fucking just a big underlier of just character names right now. An important characters in lots of games I've played and seen. Oh wow. Ah, jeez. I asked all my guys, Nikki, and they agree that this is for the best. Oh wow, really? I'm not asking you. I'm talking to your own task force, Achilles. You, Marco, is this what you want? Instant bloodshed? Are you letting this man push you all around? You trying to start a revolution or something? I mean, it's not gonna be the first time, really. Well, I mean... No, actually, yeah. I was thinking Ghost Revolution. That sounds stupid in hindsight, huh? My jokes make no sense, okay? There's so much to tip to the line. Their history. Right. What's your last words? Edgy? No? Udgy? No? People? No? Good. Oh, it's been nice knowing you all. Best of luck in the... What about Grapevine? Surely your henchmen have the file installed on their phones, too. Well, duh. What? Oh, wow. How else do you think I know what they're all up to? Whatever phone in this building is effective with the Grapevine, aren't you gonna blow up your henchmen up too? Hey, the guy's right. Yeah, what's the big deal, boss? You gotta get us all killed too? What, did you plan the whole time to shut us up as well? Boss, you gotta be kidding me! What did we do to deserve this? You know, Hemlock, something you and the rest of Achilles should know. You may be the one in control, but Achilles is your control. These men with guns are the reason you had any control here in the first place. Without Achilles, you're nothing. Without allies, you're zero. Zilch. Zip. Nada. You guys, you know as much as everyone by this point. Boss, you're seriously gonna kill everyone, including us? Have we worked our butts off for you and this is the things we get? And what'll happen if I let you go, huh? You're gonna blah about this to the rest of Achilles. That won't be happening. As far as I'm concerned, you're witnesses too. Oh my god. This plan actually been activated. If I start over again, this not ever gonna happen. Hemlock, wait, let's talk this out. These last few seconds, just keep in mind, you made me do this. Oh god. 3. No good can come of this, I'm warning you. Oh no. 2. I beg you to stop and think about this. 1. Huh? Are we still alive? Huh? Oh my god. It didn't work. It didn't fucking work. Why isn't it working? Seriously? Just like that, the failed deadly didn't even work? Is it safe to come out? Yes, it's fine, Judge. As little protection as the witness bench can provide, you are safe, Your Honor. Well, what do you know? Mr. Do-It-All failed again. Looks like he didn't master the whole art of making cell phone bombs. All technology and you can't program a working bomb. Just give me a second to warm up. Warm up? Oh my god. That's what's up now, are you, big man? Wait, give me a chance here. 9Z. And a half. Yeah, have fun with that. Errol, Renwick, my friends. We're the best of buds, right? Us three, the terrible trio, the trumpet, the trouble. Guess what? You know what happened last time there was a three-man team there's a three-man team just like you just to combat the smuggling ring, and one of them was part of the smuggling ring itself. You're part of it, and you made other people part of it. That trio is not gonna go down quite well, wouldn't you say? I mean, what have I ever done to you? Well, apart from this little makeup you gave me, not much, I guess. Oh, come on, pal, that was just a bit of banter, yeah, right? Oh my god. Look, guys, it's old Robbie! I can become for real if that's what you want. We can put this all behind us and get back to the way things used to be. Who's with me? We passed that threshold. Look at you now, boss. I know I can't believe you were afraid of this guy. Stay back, you morons! Stay back, or I'll... Are you what? Or you're meant to fire at will? It's in that circumstances, do you really want us to do that right now? What the hell is this madness? I've finally seen Sentai Lock. They've seen you as you really are. You care so much about what you want. You have absolutely zero value for human life, for what other people want. Such delusion has led you to believe that you're untouchable. What happens when that very power turns against you? What do you do now? The cognitive dissonance must be killing you right now. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. The poor sap here has a choice to make. And we're sure you'll agree it's no brainer. What choice would that be, gentlemen? Alright, punk, you got two choices. If you're a fan of imposing those, you can either accept your guilty verdict for everything the lawyer proved today, or you can walk free. We'll be waiting for you. Because did we tell the rest of the Achilles that their boss tried to get his own guys killed? You can bet it'll be open season on your ass. Oh boy. Oh geez, oh man, huh? So what's it gonna be, Lyle? A life sentence or death sentence? I control. How can I control? Why am I? My friends. Help a guy out, huh? What should I do? What do you mean you're not my friends anymore? You're under my control. I own you losers. What? No, don't say that. Shut up, I control you. No, stop talking to me. Shut up, all of you. No, listen to me. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Why can't I get you people out of my head? Why would you listen to me? I have control. I'm in... Oh my gosh, your tattoo's streaking. Jesus. Get away from me. Stop tormenting me. Get off me! Get away from me! You're free. Just shut up already. Who threw the... Oh my god. So many puppets. Stop leaving me alone. Get this thing away from me. Stop it. Whoa. Huh. 45 minutes later. Wow. Okay. Well, it makes sense why everyone wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. Okay, we're back. None too sooner. I like to set up way much more than that one. I'll have you know. Being a hostage situation like I'm, really cramps my lungs. You know that? Been talking for a long time. Mr. Edgeworth, what is the situation in the audience? They're receiving emergency trauma treatment, Your Honor. Yeah, it makes sense after all that. My apologies, but I felt it was only right that day. Of course. I understand. And what of... him? We're not even gonna name him anymore. As you know, he still refused to admit his guilt. but still he took the choice of being arrested. On charges of multiple murder, battery, grand theft, coercion, impersonating an officer. The list goes on from there. It seemed to me that he was unable to acknowledge his guilt. Like, he couldn't process it. Indeed. The police have launched investigations into all your crimes too, right? Any news on that front yet? The dark powder in the bottle had changed the color of the Hemlock's coffee to blue. I called it, right? Turned out to be harmless food coloring. Wow. Well, things start off in the simplest of places, huh? And there's, of course, the matter of those other crimes from all around the world. The Boogeyman trials are to be carried out in due course. He's gonna be a busy man over the next year or so. And lastly, Mr. Edgeworth, any news from forensics? The police are scouring his cell phone now for more evidence. Only as abundance of legal conversation recordings have been found. There's also a focus on how his Grapevine application was programmed. The Daily Analysis would have a field day with deciphering Grapevine's code. I'm pretty sure it'd be related to evolution of phone technology, huh? Right? Maybe so? Maybe so? You managed to work out any of it yet? No, the code is too complex to actually examine in a window of 45 minutes. But they did uncover something rather interesting. What? A typo. Look at a line of code using the failed deadly algorithm. Typo save us all, huh? That's the lesson for you today. Wait, you mean to tell me that we were saved by spelling error? Oh yes! Don't worry. It was all intentional. Don't worry so. It was definitely not. First episode was not a typo. Definitely not. I definitely didn't plan this from the start. I definitely didn't. Everything just coming together quite nicely, huh? It's like almost Fate self likes doing all this. Plus I like making connections out of nowhere, huh? As I say, they need more time to research the program. The possibility of a functional digital bomb is still up in the air. I guess. But you say that, but you know, I've seen phones burst into flames too. Or we just say they were just saved by the word detonate. Yeah. I guess this isn't perfect at all, huh? Best people never are, right? Yep. Actually, yeah. Even the best people are. Edgeworth, Phoenix, Judge, yeah. Or carrying around our own problems and sins, including me, wow. Which probably brings us to the verdict for the defendant. Your Honor? Forgive me, Mr. Wright, I was lost in thought. This wouldn't concern the other charges, would it? Did Smith, would you please take the stand? The wrong and grueling time, huh? Detective, understand that you were forced against your will. For 5 years, you covered the tracks of the murders and aided Hemlock when required. I know what you're trying to say, Your Honor. Yes, these actions will still require further investigation or trial. And as I won't be presiding, I can't say for sure for their outcome. For all that, I still couldn't save him. Why didn't I listen to Hemlock? Hey, Phoenix. Don't sweat it too much. Did everything you could. But Renwick, I failed you. On the contrary, you saved me. 5 years as manservant, all because you wanted that made me so damn much. Third game, final case parallels. But sensitive told him that I have put Bristen's life in jeopardy. I realized until then, but I seem to have pretty good conscience. Pretty big conscience. You understand why I couldn't let that happen, right? Yeah, I do. Renwick, I wish you had told me sooner, pal. I'd have gladly handed this thing over if it meant your freedom. Never worked as a real eyeball anyway. It's a nice memento anyway, is that much, huh? It suits you. Yeah. I didn't answer that because, oh boy, if anything was handed over from the very beginning, yeah. But yeah. Then why did you fashion an eyeball? I just wore it that way in hopes of drawing Hemlock into the open. That when you know it, a certain Detective Snow appears out of nowhere. I should have spotted the sign much sooner. Maybe probably the most expensive object in the world right now. It wasn't worth all this trouble. It wasn't worth getting a stupid, stubborn, innocent man into a life of misery. I think he's talking about you, Phoenix. Yeah, right. Thank you, Renwick, for, you know, sticking up for me the way you have. If you ever put me in that situation again, I'll kill you myself! Ugh. Message understood. I'm sorry this had to happen to you too, Mr. Brisbane. One day when you're fully recovered, I trust we'll be seeing you in court again? No, I'm resigning. Oh wow, really? Let's just say prosecuting wasn't my strongest suit. See him like today and how blindly deluded he was, I stood up in myself there. I believe fighting crime would slay my demons, deny the truth to pursue my own ideals. Remind you anyone? With any consolation, Brisbane, there would have been times where I myself let my anger the better me. It's only natural after all, but being consumed by emotion is a very dangerous thing. Yeah. I mean, look at Hemlock. He was consumed by happiness of all things. Yeah. That wasn't any consolation, but I appreciate the support. Well, I mean, if it's not consolation, I'll be supportive if I can. I love to be a support character. I love being a healer in an RPG. Don't get me wrong, I still hate the guts of all the criminal scum. I'm better off leaving that to the professionals here. With you two around, criminals truly have reason to fear. As long as there's a badge on my label, I continue to fight for truth and justice. You got that much. Likewise. Except the badge part, of course. You doubly so. You already had a scrape with that already, huh? Without further ado, I hereby declare Brimmick Smith not guilty. No confetti, but yay. Sorry, Your Honor. I'm used to an audience being here for the celebration. Yes, me too. In that case, whoop. Oh my god. Oh my god, you bring that call back from the very first game? Oh my god, you were great. You're still working on it, aren't you? Working on it? I thought I'd finally accomplished a convincing whoop. Okay, this is the weirdest ending to a trial ever. Hey, Phoenix. Yes, Remix? Whatever happens to me in the next few months of these trials, you really don't hold a grudge over how this one ended at all. You finally took down Hemlock. It's a straight up win in my book. Thank you, and best of luck with your upcoming trials. Yep. You know what this means, Remick? You can now draw ducks for the rest of your days. On that note, the record is now adjourned. April 16th, 2:02 p.m. There's a court, defend lobby number 1. And that's that, I guess. But I can't help but feel this is more of a bittersweet victory. Way to go, right? Thanks, Edgeworth. Man, I can't believe you managed to pull that off. This was the one that was Smuggling Ring's original chairman. It felt more than fitting for you to take down the Ring's next incarnation. Next, and now hopefully the last. Probably not. Well, I wouldn't count much on its immediate liquidation. They're leaderless once again. I know somebody new will lobby for his empty seat. Yeah. I wonder who would get the task to destroy the next in line. It's not like they're now an aimless group. He looks sure to have a pretty price in his head. Be smart, he'll stay in prison. Yes, once the whole of Achilles sticks up his treachery. They'll be sharpening their pikes for his head. And they'll learn that for basically the next head in charge. When the very power you once controlled turns against you, he may have been psychotically misguided, but you gotta hand it to the guy in a way. He pursued his dreams of happiness, fully believing he was doing it for good. Whatever he set his mind to, he found a way to accomplish. Oh, don't get you getting ideas, Nick. I don't know, but there's something to be impressed about there. There's a thin line between doing whatever you want and doing whatever you want. Dreams of ambition without direction can be dangerous things in the wrong hands. The road to hell is often paved with good intentions, as the saying goes. Lesson learned. It may be over for us, Remwick, though. At least it's been cleared of murder, Brisbane. They didn't have a choice in everything else Hemlock made him do. Everything he did, no matter how corrupting it was, he did to save your life. I'm sure once the judges learned of that... I noticed the gradual sharp change in him, years before he finally confided in me. I meant what I said in there. If I knew how much trouble this thing was going to cause. Jack Crane's unlucky charm may have been the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, there's a good old root of the evil right there. They do say the money is the root of evil. Wilbur was telling me that even his stepbrother was no angel either. After owning this thing, I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of Volper, you should know he helped us in taking down the Hemlock. He was days away from his execution. Now thanks to Wright, his death sentence will be revoked. Only because I knew somebody was else responsible. I wasn't defending him or anything. His original life sentence will continue. He helped, did he? Guess I could let him rot in peace for that. As long as I never have to see his smug face ever again. That's good enough for me in my book. No reason to quit, actually. Got some issues to sort out up here. Don't want to become another Hemlock, thank you very much. I think we could all do without a mercy after today. Yep, gotta get rid of Von Karma's teaching it there, huh? Come on, Brisbane. Things will be alright with Merrick. I wasn't there to help. All the time I knew everything. I was lying in hospital like a damn vegetable. That couldn't be helped. I shouldn't have let the bastard get the jump on me. But you barged into court in the nick of time. If it wasn't for you, Hemlock would have been halfway across the country by now. Isn't that it can show to cheer him up? Make him recognize his own efforts? Well, even though she was barely in this case for just, you know, one investigation trial time, short weighs them both. She definitely left her own mark here. So, A+ her effort. Brisbane, you've done more for us than you know. So in hopes that you can see what we see, here, have a gold star.
More like you crazy old bat. Bet there's a whole turn of stickers with my name on them when I get home.
Oh my god, Brisbane, you laughed. Did it hurt?
Not as much as I thought it would. But I guess it's one step to healthier, calmer me.
I agree with you there. That person's retiring. I wonder what wacky character I'll be going up against next.
Probably with someone who has long hair as well.
Probably a blonde.
So like a real party's going down here?
Trent, we couldn't have done this without your help too. Breaking cover and letting us know about the boogeyman.
Yeah, what are you thinking me for? I'm the one who owes you guys big time for finding down that SOB.
Sob best.
Oh, the ghost killer who's been eluding me for the longest darn time. That shit's been avenged. Finally did it, baby.
Rest easy now. So what do you do now?
Just to be thinking about that stuff right now. Just reeling from the prospect that boogeyman won't be around anymore. Well, you know, I might get to rejoin the Interpol soon. It's my choice to leave in the first place, after all.
Oh yeah, because nobody believed your claims of the boogeyman?
That's what I said. The guy's wife gets murdered, so you assume he'd get off the deep end and quit his job, right? It was to make the boogeyman believe I'd thrown in the towel.
Oh, wow. Huh. So you think he finally threw you off his back?
To that both think I was. I give up on the freak who... Sorry for rambling. I should be going. If you're positive rambling, what does that make everything I've done until now, making these videos and just going through these games? You have not seen the end of it, man. You have not seen the end of it, man. Not. You have not. None at all. Zilch.
Right, of course.
Thanks again, Mr. Wright. You didn't just help Sarah, you helped me. I can stop chasing fandoms and finally get on with my life. See you guys around.
There he goes. You know, Edgeworth, there's still the mystery of why Hemlock wanted you and me specifically for this case.
I can't figure out myself.
I suppose it matters little at this point. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I was overthinking a tad.
I'd be in for a celebration of some kind. But, doctor's orders. I'll just go home and rest up if it's all the same.
Yeah, you only just woke up from a coma a few hours ago, after all. I guess I better call it a day, too. Some other time, perhaps. Hey, Brisbane. You know, we'll be quitting as a prosecutor soon. Will you miss a certain kind of shouting?
Shouting? Hell no, I'm gonna be working in inner peace and all that crap.
Oh, believe me, I won't be missing that shouting. No, I'm talking about...
Oh, no, not this again.
You mean what, miss shouting up to... This will be the last time we get to hear it. So what do you say? Once more, for time's sake.
I'll just go with it, Brisbane. I'll join if it help.
Oh boy.
Oh, fine. We're old time's sake then. Mr. Wright.
3, 2, 1.
Ha! Oh, that's great.
Oh, this fan game is great. Cardioville is great. Just his writing here was fun.
Look at all the stuff he's done. Stressing. Stressing.
Inspiration Turnabout Substitution by Ping. That is the first fan game I've ever seen too, which we'll get to soon.
It's been a week and I still look like a blasted corpse. Still likes to do anything, stops to do everything with one hand. Everything sucks. How's that? I think this anger management tape's working. I got a straight face. Who am I kidding? The naming business is still getting me down. I'm still war myself. What do I do with it? Should I?
That's up to you to figure out. Beta testing, help, and ideas, moral support, being a good friend. Rofa. He made another fan game, which we'll get to soon. Correction to Pyrite tech support, so Luke.
Anime backgrounds to use and edit.
Oh boy. Hi, Remlick. Has it been a week already? My next trial's in 2 days. I've been losing track of the time a lot lately. As you could say, I'm just enjoying my freedom while I still got the chance. I had no idea how it feels to do whatever you want without someone directing your actions. Oh, you do, huh? Guess I'm still pretty new at being myself. Got a lot of finding myself to do, but that depends on how these trials go. I got a good feeling, but I won't be getting my hopes up just in case. Just gotta choose my words more carefully when I had the chance to thank Phoenix. There should be some idea of how this feels for me. She does. The voice of Ariel brings me in the right way. Okay, the voices here are pretty great. Joe Woodhead. Oh, Rolf, voice of Vincenzo. Wow. No way. Ah, jeez, you've been there a while, ain't you? It's only been a week, I ain't got a lot done yet. Just been to visit Sarah, give her the good news. I can let go of all these years I spent swinging my fists and hanging air. Looking at back in the direct detective game mighty soon. Once Ripple get wind of the boogeyman business, I could be back before I know it. So I got brushed about that lingo again, huh, boss? God damn it. That James Trent will be back before you could say bad coffee and all that jazz. Jazz hands. Damn shame though. Oh, Edgeworth's profile was in the newspaper. Oh boy. Well, that did happen very recently, so of course it is. Just thanks to the Core Records community for your undying support and nagging to motivate me to finish this game. Just thanks to Capcom for the creation of Ace Attorney. That's a great series. He did it. He actually did it. Ding ding dong, the bell gave me its head. Looks like I lost my ticket for a free go on the massage chair too. Oh, what a shame. I gotta go but swallowing and self-pity and sins in peace. Kind of shame. I wanted to know what dying was like. Oh well, another mystery for another day. The great mystery of life, huh? It's a fateful day when I get to see what all the fuss is about. I have my old buddy Crumpet to keep me company. As another less popular dynamic duo once said, it's goodbye from me. Oh boy. And it's goodbye from me! Yeah. Oh, I love music parts. Out to the area of Sins 2, just Robert Snow's theme. I have that. I listen to it occasionally. Hasn't left my mind ever since I watched just this whole entire gameplay out. Oh, and Turnabout Institution, then Conflict of Interest, that game, and like Trials of the Justice is good. I suppose I should be grateful to Mr. Wright. My life and career may well be in tatters, but I'm glad to be rid of those air conditioners now. And have fun, like, you know, not the air conditioners right there. I'm no longer sat here feeling whiskers off, but I won't be deciding much longer anyway. You know, I wasn't lying when I said that golf was my passion. Who knows? Maybe a whole new career path right in front of me. Huh. Some of my newfound freedom and all, what? Ho ho! Once one look at it. Huh. Huh. Mystery Tune, Untitled. Oh, yeah, my favorite track. Oh, that's great. I really want to get this my friend as well, play through it. I heard about Mr. Wright. Oh, I meant that whole Achilles business. A very impressive feat. Very impressive, very exciting to me. Then I'm done agonizing over you-know-what. Maybe I'm ready to step into the court again. Maybe I'm ready to be taken seriously as a lawyer again. If I could even hold a candle, Mr. Wright, I'll consider myself a success. That's the way to do it. I really want to go through the other fan games with my friend. Although, yeah. Like, if it takes too long, I'll probably, like, do Trials of the Justice. That was unfinished fan game, but I loved it death as well. Just, that's just a whole time to go through. Kind of interest, is very complicated, as, you know, as you soon see when we get to it. But, wow. Hello there! Welcome to Maplethorpe Hotel. I'm the proprietor, Mirs Rubin. We have a very rich history dating back more than... Oh, Mr. Wright? Well, we're very grateful for what he did to us. Still not sure if I can forgive the original perpetrator. Please not to try to overthink this again, Miss Rubin. Yes, Miss Rubin and I are doing a rather tidy job at keeping this place running. It's just us at the moment, isn't that right, Miss Rubin? Oh my gosh, I kind of blush. Absolutely, I don't know what I could do without you. We do hope Mr. Wright returns soon. He's always welcome here, free of charge. Oh boy. Nice to know everyone's doing fine. Oh, you're here. Oh, I gotta hear James finally found the boogeyman of his. Near this experienced side, I was happy to play my part in exposing Achilles. You know, it's kind of a hoot pretending to be a ghost, too. For that weird green rock that lawyer guy had. That was legit, I tell ya. Yes, it was. I can become a paranormal investigator, me. The next time you got something creepy creeping around, who you gonna call? Vic Barrows? Well, not me, yeah, it was just an idea. God damn it. I really like the writing of this game. There's like some bits and pieces like I already went at length of. Like just had to make the contradiction of that clearer. Conflict of interest is going to be conflict of interest. Conflict of interest, yeah, it's going to be very more intriguing to go through because there's a lot to go through there. Complicated sides. And who's this? Another pupil late for class? How you're here about that Wright boy? He deserves all the gold stars and smiles I can dish out for what he's achieved. Plus, I always appreciated people who inform those in charge of the ne'er-do-wells. That classroom looks so familiar. I absolutely abhor those who make absolutely perfectly nice boys like Smith out of bounds. Now, if you excuse me, I have a class to teach. And using that case as an example, I will teach the next generation the right way. Wow. That classroom looks so familiar. Not foreshadowing at all. Don't worry, but that's going to be a wild time for the foreshadow to pay off. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Unfitting song for when that happens. What? Oh, hi, Maya. Wow, these tries are tough. Every ice-cold waterfall I think will be the one to finally finish me off. I wonder if Nick's been up too much. No, nothing much. I've heard from him since the hotel business he mentioned. I'm sure he's doing just fine. Yeah, he's been doing just dandy and fine. Wow. And that probably is going to take a lot longer for you to, hear from him again. Found argument endgame. That was a great track for that. Very catchy. Academic Court, 2009 to 2017. Thank you for playing my game. Couldn't have done it without anybody credited and for replaying my game to the gala for my It's Strange series. It's Strange property of Capcom, made by fans for fans, non-profit effort. I love like fan stuff like this so much. 2 days later, April 18th, 11:26 a.m. Ryan Call offices. Oh boy, what a ride. These past few days have been a roller coaster for sure. Maya won't believe half of what I had to tell her. Haunted murder hotel, a flammable chief, whatever Hemlock was. Nah, she'd think I'd gone crazy for missing her too much. I've been spending too much time talking to Charlie. Charlie indeed. In all fairness, I should be used to crazy cases by now. Yeah. Something about the past month's worth of cases makes my head spin. I'm still a little bit brain fried today, so I like to put my feet up and relax while I can. I really ought to ring Maya. She'll outright laugh at my story, but I wonder how her training's coming along. I'll do it later. Oh, okay. I knew it was too good to last. Feels good no longer having to worry about who's on the other end now. Hello, Phoenix right here. Of Wright & Co. offices? The very same? Speaking. Who's this? And please don't say me. I'm looking for a lawyer to defend me, Mr. Wright. From what I've seen, you're just the man for the job. That's very kind of you, sir. Where do you know me from? The recent Hemlock case, of course. I can tell it's not no small feat to take down the chairman of a criminal organization and find him guilty of 3 separate crimes before I've had my hot lunch. And a room full of explosives proves that you handle pressure really well. Ha 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 ha! You would make a fierce adversary in court. Great, that's my relaxation in the end. It was nice while it lasted. Job's a job, though. I'm a little strapped for cash at the moment. And what if I were interested? Where can I meet you? Mr. Wright, I must confess something before I continue. You were not the first lawyer I called. Yeah. My previous attorney, he failed my selection process. Right, go on. You have to meet with him afterwards, should I choose to take you on. He's still in possession of the files for the case. Wait, when did you become the one who decides? And I have to retrieve them if I'm to take your case. I get it. But wait up, I don't even know your name. We'll discuss everything tonight, at the Borscht Bowl Club. You know it? Sure. My sister and I pass by regularly. There's a burger joint that she likes further along that route. Well, anyway, yes, I'll come. Thank you. I'll see you later. And Mr. Wright? Yes, what is it? Tonight, I'd like to invite you to a little game. It's all I come to know the measure of a man. It's a test that's never failed me once. Now, what sort of game are we talking about here? Tell me, Mr. Wright, how are you at poker? And the card puns come full back force. And the game is closed. Is it any wonder why I like this game so much? The reason why I wanted to like show this off, even though I know I already knew it from the start. Plus also just the fact of just remember going through just all these bunch of games and stories so passively as like a kid, and just like, you know, wait, how old am I? Oh no. Everything went through so passively, and I just want to go through everything just thinking of things actively now. It's so much more fun this way. Just the whole time, just even though I knew practically everything, even if I was stringing along like, I definitely don't know this, I don't know that, that was just fun. Hopefully I didn't spoil anything or hint too much at it. I think I did a pretty fine job at that. Although the thing that comes to the case where someone just says like, you unraveled the entire thing for me, you suck. I'm so sorry about that if that's the case, but sometimes my excitement gets the better of me. I have too much passion in this little brain, oh body, oh mine. I know I kept bringing up stuff like I shouldn't talk about before, so yeah, why not that too? Getting better at it. Maybe I should seek therapy too. Oh. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, that's the plan for this so far. I'm not going to get to the other fan games, like, immediately just yet. And I definitely want to get my friend involved in these fan games. He'll get to there soon, although the first game I want him to get into before then would definitely have to go through the other games. He's only gone through the trilogy games, but definitely need to go through Apologistus and the investigation games 1 and 2. And then the other fan games. I already know it'll be a good old time. But we'll leave those. We're gonna put those on hold for a game that's gonna come out next month, and that's gonna be a fun time. And don't worry, I already know what happens in that game. Don't worry about. Don't let your mind about the head. I definitely don't know what happens there. Even I just said I didn't. Oh my gosh, lying is going. My mind is going crazy now. Ah! Might have to reiterate again. I love this game, and oh boy. We'll slowly make our way back to Turnabout Substitution in due time, but in terms of stuff I want to go do personally by myself next, I'll do another fan game which I have not seen before, and it looks to be quite good. Just looks of it. It's a single case, but it'd be something to do. Be a fun time to go through it. Prosecutor Zero is its name, and well, I'll be juggling other games I want to go through as well. That'd be a good place to start for next time on the Phoenix Wright related level, right? So I'll be doing me then. So, hope a fun time watching this as I am playing this. Hope you see you next time. The time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.